The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 482, being recorded on April the 7th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, and as Jesus walks out today, I'm joined by my co-host from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunny Chief, Henley Mayo is back. Welcome back, Henley, welcome.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm drinking the Nintendo juice. I love it. I'm all about that variable pricing. Love it.
And from little big Ohio, the Mayo, Steve Wooler is back. Welcome back, Steve. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going, Mayo. It's going.
Gunny over there drinking the Nintendo juice already?
Man, I love $80, $90 games, man. I'm all about it.
$125 games, yeah. Anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the show. We are back once again with another podcast this week. We're going to talk about different things, but first and foremost, you can follow us on the X @_Horrible Gamers. You can find us on Spotify or where your favorite podcast platform is. You can also find our website at www.horriblegamers.com. And on the top of that website, there's a bunch of links for all the different podcast platforms you can find us on. There's probably at least a dozen on there, if not more. Anywhere from Pandora to iHeartRadio to Apple Podcasts, etc. You can find the link there if you cannot find it anywhere else, and find our feed there as well. You can also join our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. It's a close group, so anything you post in there stays in there, and you can find our page on Facebook and share us with your friends and family if you like.
Not your family, just your friends.
Join our Discord. Join our Discord. You can join our Discord by clicking the link in the show notes. If not, you can always message us and ask us for a link, and we will send one to you. But the one in the show notes is a permanent link, so it should work as an invite. It's going to open the browser on your phone or your PC if you're listening to us on the PC. And it'll link you right into the Discord. And Discord is probably the best place to find us. Join the Discord, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Anyways, share us with all your friends and family. Family is key, okay? Family. Like
we are family.
Like Toretto.
Your adult family.
What's Vin Diesel's name in the movie Fast and the Furious?
Dom?
Is it Dom Toretto? Yeah, Dom Toretto. Yeah. Like he would say, family comes first. All right.
That's what we say here.
Shout out to Phantom Mick for the intro music and Broke for free for the outro music to the podcast. Now let's talk about what we've been playing, what we've been doing for the last few weeks. Guys, I'll be honest with you, I haven't played much. I played more Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm at a part now with Yasuke and Roasted Chicks.
No way.
Yeah, I'm with her and him, and we're doing things, and we are running around the map, killing people. I did a pretty cool quest with, I guess, both of them, but I was really mostly playing as the dude. I was in this town, and I had to find these people. Like, it was like a ring. It was like a mini, you know how, like, you have when you open the menu, you have, like, the big circle that shows all the people you gotta kill. But this was like a mini version of that. But it has, like, probably like 7 people on the list. All right. So first guy, I find him walking around town and he's like bullying people. So I assassinate him in the middle of town. But it said, once you kill him, watch out because his family will come for revenge. So I'm like, whatever. I don't care. So I'm walking around the village and I'm like, where the fuck are the other people at? Like, where the fuck are they? Because it said his family would come for revenge, but no one's coming looking for me. So I'm walking around town and I find like this big, I see like this big gated, like it looked like a compound or something, right? Like a base or something. And I was like, and every time I try to walk up to the gate, the guards would like stop me and be like, "Hey, you're not allowed in here." I'm like, "Oh, okay, sorry." So I'm like, "What the fuck is in there?" So I get up on a tree, I jump the fence, I get in there, and I sneak myself all the way into like the middle of the base, and I sneak all the way in there, and I go into the building. And I get into the building, Gunny and Mayo, and there's a guy in there like praying or something. He's in there like on his knees, and he's like sitting there, and he's like praying or some shit. He's like knelt down praying, and then he sees me, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing in here?" And it's like, boom, you found your target. This guy's like the father of. He's like the top guy on the list. he's like the father of the family or something. And I'm like, okay. So I start fighting him, and when he screams, it alerts the guards. So the guards come in, and the guards are like, hey, what the fuck? Guards alert everyone on the base. So now like 50 people are coming after me. And then all the other targets showed up. All the other people I had to assassinate, like the brother, the cousin, the sister, the other cousin, the other brother, the other son, the great grandson. All of them showed up. It was like 10 people I had
family.
like everyone that I had to assassinate showed up at this base. So now I'm like in this base just fucking murdering everyone. It was like a slaughter. It was like a massacre. I'm in there fucking like slicing everyone up, dude. It's like holy shit. Yeah, literally like everyone, Mayo just it said like this target. There's like next you know, like it did like some slow motion things like ding 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 ding. Like all these names pop up. And like all these like your target is here, your target is here, your target like all these like little target icons popped up. I'm like, what the fuck? And there was like 6 of them, and I'm like, I gotta fucking kill all these guys. These guys are all my targets. So I'm like, I assassinate one of them, and I chop the other one's head off, and then the other one I like stab him in the gut, and like I lift him up in the air, and he slides down on my sword, and I fucking kick him off, and then I'm like assassinating all these people, dude. Then finally in the end, I assassinate the last 2. And it's like, oh, good job. You completed the ring. You killed everyone. Good job. I'm like, oh.
Nice.
Well, I guess that was one way to find all of them. Was to just come here and they would all come to me. So
you know, like in the fortress, Jesus, I noticed like as I was actually playing this today a little bit, but I've got to be close to 10 hours because, and there's many circles within that, like that menu of like, tasks that you can track or whatever.
Yeah.
So then like
for the lady, the kid, the other people, there's like side tasks, there's main tasks.
Yeah, I don't even know what's main, but I've just been like, okay, track this one, track that one, go to that one, you know, collect these documents, go after this person. So, but anyway, like in a fortress, I noticed there's like a tall ladder, and then there's like a bell. So I assume that's like the alert or whatever. So I've just been dropping the bell, you know, whenever I can find it. I don't know if that's like that alerts everybody within like the castle or fortress or whatnot, but I don't know. Is that something you've discovered? Like I've always come across those quite a bit.
I know there is alarms that people can ring, and every so often you'll see like an icon with someone like showing that they're going to go ring the alarm. And I usually try to assassinate that person, but I haven't never found the alarm itself. So
I don't know if it's the bell. It doesn't actually show like in the game.
You might be finding the alarm. That might be the alarm, the big bell. I don't know because
I assume that's like an archer shoots it or something because there's no like rope to it or anything like that. Just like a large ladder.
I always see like an icon that shows like somebody running away from me, and they're like it says kind of like showing like, oh, this person's going to alert everyone. He's going to like sound some alarm. So I kind of try to chase that person down and kill him. Usually it gets to the point though in this game where I try to stealth, right? I try to stealth my way through most things. Even with Yazuki, the big guy, I'm trying to stealth things, and then it gets to the point where I'm like, I don't fucking care. I'm fighting everyone. If I'm fighting everyone, I'm fighting everyone. Fuck it, I'm just gonna slaughter everybody in this fucking place. I'll kill everyone, Gunny.
Part of the game is probably the combat. To me. So
I legit just run around and start slaughtering everything that I see. The workers, the soldiers, the workers, the people, the civilians. I'm murdering everyone in that camp. There's no survivors when I'm done. Everyone in that camp is dead. Like
I noticed that with like some of the some of the fast travel sections where parts where it's like a large building, I guess you want to call it, or I don't know what they're called in the game, but where you want to get to that chest where like, hey, you've got to kill the 4 certain kind of guards or people
samurai,
or whatever.
They're called daimos, aren't they?
Samurai. It says something else.
They're called daimos or something like that, right?
Something like that. Where I thought I killed them all, and then I try to I do like the fast travel thing first, and then like, okay, I want that chest. So then like, where are the 4 people that I needed to kill? I don't know if they're all in that one building or throughout the camp or whatnot. But yeah, it's funny how I always try to find that bell first. Like I just happen to run across it where I'm like, oh, let me drop the bell. And then like people get alerted, but then they're like, where's that coming from? And then I drop down on them and like do an assassin's kill or something, which is so cool, right? And then just start fighting everybody. So I think I'm like, I don't know where you're at, Jesus. I'm like a level 11 or 12 or something at this point.
Yeah, something like that. I've respect my guy like 3 or 4 times because I found a gun for Yazuke. Like, I don't know if you know this, but he can equip like a rifle, like a gun. I forget what they call it in the game. They have like a name for it in the game, which I'm sure is like the Japanese name for the gun. But yeah, there's like a name, a specific thing that it's called. But there's like a perk. I want to say like a perk tree for the gun. So like,
Yeah,
at first
I'm not even there yet.
At first, I was putting my perk points into like the bow and arrow because he can also equip a bow and arrow or whatever, and like an archer skill tree. But I was like, fuck the archer skill tree. I'm gonna use a gun. What the fuck? Why would I use a bow and arrow when I could use a gun? What the fuck? like this makes no sense. Like, I'm gonna use a gun, dude. So like, yeah, I mean, I've been upgrading the gun one, and I mean, it's not a very useful weapon. Honestly, probably the bow and arrow, you could probably shoot it way faster. Because the problem with the gun is it's powerful, but you shoot it once and then you have to stand there and like reload it, like you're in the fucking 1800s, like you're putting the fucking powder in the gun and you're stuffing it down and shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, it takes forever to reload the shot, you know. But it's not extremely slow, but it is slower than the bow and arrow. I don't even have a bow and arrow, so I don't know how fast the bow and arrow is. I would assume is way faster than the gun because the gun literally you shoot once and you're standing there like a dumbass in the middle of the whole thing. You just shot this loud ass gun so everyone hears you. And you're just standing there, some big ass black dude with samurai armor standing in the middle of the camp trying to reload this big ass rifle. You're like, you're not being stealthy at all at this point, dude. But the cool thing is you can swing the gun around like a fucking weapon. Like, someone gets really close to you and you're reloading the gun still, you just say fuck it and start swinging the gun around like a weapon, like a baseball bat or something. You start fucking people up with the gun that way. So like, yeah, and I think
it was Assassin's Creed 3. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah, that one probably had a gun, but that one had
right. I think so.
It had a pistol, didn't it? Like a pirate pistol.
Yeah. Was that Assassin's Creed 2? Yeah. I think it was, or 3.
It was 3, the one where you were in Colonial America.
Yeah.
And actually, I've been
playing. I think I played the first 2, so I don't remember any of that.
The Colonial one. Actually, I went back to that one recently. Speaking of games that I've been playing, I actually went back to that on my Steam Deck. So I actually was able to download. I was able to get some. Like some of my Epic games on my Steam Deck. And
you did like Emu Deck or something, or you did
not Emu Deck. I did the Heroic Launcher one because that's the easiest.
Oh yeah, Heroic Launcher. Yeah.
And so yeah, I was able to install. I installed Dead Island 2 and Assassin's Creed 3 on my Steam Deck. And actually, I was playing Assassin's Creed 3 recently, but I'm barely in the beginning. The problem with that game that I have is every time I fucking start, I've started it like 5 times now. And I'll get to the point where I unlock the dude, like the native guy, whatever the fuck his name is, the assassin dude.
Yep.
I unlock him and then I stop playing. And I'm like, I need to just play it all the way through. Like, I just need to just fucking play it. And I was like, the only way I'm going to play this if I keep it on my Steam Deck and I know it's there. So, like, it's a game that's always there that I don't need to be online for, that I could just fucking play whenever I'm away on a car or on a plane or somewhere. I will know that it's there. And I will finish this game that way. I know I will eventually finish it this way.
Someday.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love that game remastered, and I never played it.
Yeah, I have the
the
remaster on my Steam Deck. So yeah. Speaking of the remaster, the graphics don't look terrible. It actually looks really like decent on the Steam Deck, and it runs at 90 frames. Really looks really nice, but the one problem that I have with the remaster, the faces look kind of weird. But I looked it up, and people were saying that the remaster, when they released the remaster, the faces, the animation on the faces look weirder than the original version. Like, if you play the original version, it looks better. for some reason than the remaster. But the remaster does support HDR, which I don't know if the original one did or didn't. The problem with the HDR, though, now that I have also is on the Steam Deck, on the OLED that I have, is a Steam Deck OLED, right?
I got the OLED,
I can't get the HDR to work correctly. Like, it's either too bright or too dark. Like, the colors seem off every time I try to, like, adjust it. And I've looked up, like, okay, what are the best HDR settings? What's the max nits? What's the max luminance? What's the max whatever for my Steam Deck? And like no one has an answer for that game. I've tried to look it up, bro, and it's just not working out for me. So I don't know what to do with that with HDR.
Yeah, I don't know if I bought it on the remaster on Xbox or Steam. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, I have it on my Steam Deck. But what else? Besides Assassin's Creed and the other Assassin's Creed, I actually went back and played some Battlefield 4 the other day. Had a lot of fun playing that. And been also playing with Brink the other day. We went and played Battlefield 1. And that game holds up, dude. Battlefield 1, actually, for me, it looks better than Battlefield 2042. It's just so much more immersive, dude. Like, when you're in Battlefield 1, you feel like this is like a crazy war. Like you're like in a crazy battle. Like you're like in trenches, you're walking through mud. The mud is kicking up. You got these horses and these tanks that are like super powerful. You're like, how the fuck are we gonna take this thing out? You got like the explosions, the lighting, the sound is so good. Compared to it makes 2042 look like a shit show. You're like, how did they go from Battlefield 1 to this? Like, how do you get from having all this immersion and all this crazy like detail in a battle to 2042 where like you can't even destroy a building? Where in Battlefield 1 you could drive a tank through the fucking building if you feel like it. Like you legit just drive it through the building. We're like, fuck you, we're driving through this building and just fucking drive the tank right through there.
And that damage stays there for the match.
Yeah, and it blows everything up, and everything's fucked up, Mayo, and there's like mortars going off around you. You're fucking like there was this one battle we fought where it was like nighttime, and there was all these trenches and mud everywhere, and like we're like in like France or some shit, and we're fighting like in this like field with like old churches and shit, and like you're running, and like every so often you see a flare go through the sky, like a white flare, and it lights up the battlefield, and you're like, that is so cool. Like that is like, it's so like intense. You like see like all these silhouettes of people running, trying to get across to the objectives. And you're like, this is fucking intense, dude. Like, holy fuck. It's so cool. And then just playing that, we played so many matches of Battlefield 1, me and Brink. We're like, this is so fucking cool. Yeah, there was some matches where we got our asses handed to us because we were playing against these guys that were like, their entire team was level like 150, which is the max level. And all of us are like level 40, 50, 60 on our team. And we're like, these motherfuckers, this is all they play. This is like the only game they play. And like they're all like, it's like we were playing against master players. We couldn't even cap like one objective for the match. We tried and tried and tried. We tried to do flanking maneuvers and all kinds of shit. And we just couldn't. We just couldn't hold the map. These fuckers were destroying us.
Playing Steel Team 6 over there.
Yeah, we were literally playing against Steel Team 6.
Yeah.
But it was fun though playing Battlefield 1. It really hyped me up, and I'm hoping that Vince Zampella and the DICE team and the Battlefield teams that are working on Battlefield 6, the Battlefield studios as they call them, I hope these guys really deliver with the new Battlefield. I think they're going to.
Yeah, I feel like Battlefield 6 is like, I mean, when's the last time we heard news? Has it been like at least any kind of like even like a little like leaks or anything? I feel like it's been 3 weeks. So hopefully they're cooking, is as Asmongold likes to say.
I think they recently just had their second playtest. They had the first one back in January, but after they had the signups, I think they just recently had their second one, and we'll see when the next one is. But they're slowly adding more and more people to it. I think the first one was only for consoles. I think the second
they did
one
some stuff for March. They did March stuff, but it was like,
yeah, I know they added PC players for the second one.
Testing.
Yeah, they have the EA labs going on, the Battlefield.
Yeah, the labs. Yeah,
but like I said, I think the first one was console only, PS5 players mostly, some Xbox people. But I think the new one, the last one they did, they had some PC players as well. So now they're adding more and more players. Hopefully, I get invited to it soon. It'll be awesome if I do because
I signed
I
up
want to
for
play
it.
Battlefield. Yeah, I think everyone did. I think everyone and their grandma did. That queue was forever when we was the sign-ups were going on. But yeah, I'm excited for Battlefield 6, dude. Like not even lying to you guys, I'm gonna buy the best edition of that game. I do not care. Like I don't care if the game is $200. I'm buying the best edition of the game. Like I'm
I think
doing it.
that game in particular though, like that series, like 42 is probably the worst one, and then it's something we still play a lot. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
so it's almost like a guarantee. Like you're gonna get your money's out of it
During the
probably.
Oh
pandemic,
yeah.
correct?
At least I know you will, Jesus, because you'll be like,
Yeah.
I'll just keep playing and playing and playing regardless, But
Yeah, like even 2042, I got my money's worth out of it. I bought the $100 edition of that game or the $90 edition or whatever. So even buying that, I got my money's worth out of it because I put like 400 hours into that fucking game, if not more. So yeah, I've got my money's worth out of Battlefield 2042. So I'm not gonna have an issue dropping whatever it costs for Battlefield 6. I don't care. I just want it at this point. It's like I want to fucking play it. Um. But yeah, besides all that, what else did I play? I'm trying to think here. AC Shadows. Pretty much just on the Steam Deck. I've been fucking around and playing some games on my Steam Deck, trying to just use my Steam Deck more, I guess. I don't know. For some reason it's been calling to me. I don't know what it is. But I've been like on a kick on trying to see how far I can push my Steam Deck. And it hasn't disappointed me. Like
I had to reset
I,
mine, Jesus. But
I,
go ahead. I had to reset. I was frustrated with that thing today.
No, okay, the Steam Deck, I guess I just never gave it the credit that it's due. Ever since I owned the thing. Like, that thing is a pretty impressive machine for what it is, for being like a little handheld thing.
like what it
Like,
can play.
what it can play is insane, Mayo. And like at the performance that it can play it at is insane to me. Like I was playing Dome Keeper, which is an easy game to run. Don't get me wrong. Playing that, fine. But I'm also playing shit on there like Helldivers 2.
Yep.
I could play Cyberpunk on there. I can play, for example, Assassin's Creed Shadows runs on the Steam Deck. And it actually runs pretty fucking good on the Steam Deck, man. Like it looks really good. Like it's not perfect looking, right? It's not like super textures, but it's high textures and it looks decent for a handheld, and it's playable as fuck on a handheld. And
Even
to me,
Deliverance 2 works well too. It's Steam
and
Deck verified.
it's fucking mind blowing, dude. To me, like I'm like every time I launch a game on there, I'm like just fucking mind blown. Like holy shit, I'm playing like this big game on a fucking handheld. Like
Yeah, that's good.
like it's like to me it's like wow, like 10-year-old me would never believe like me. Like if I went to the past and told myself, yo kid, in fucking like 20 years from now you're gonna have this thing called the Steam Deck. It's like a computer in your fucking hands. And you can do whatever the fucking computer does on it. But the main thing you're gonna do on it is play games, and you're gonna be playing like crazy games on there. Like big games. I'd be like, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna be playing Pokemon on there. No, like you're gonna be playing like big fucking games, like real games, like any big game you can think of right now, times 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. And yeah, like you're gonna be playing these big games on here. Like even if I went back to 360 Jesus, like Xbox 360 Jesus, and I told him, hey, you're gonna be playing like Assassin's Creed in the future on a handheld, I'd be like, you're full of shit. Never. I would never do that. You know, like fuck you. Fuck you, old Jesus. You don't know what you're talking about. I'd be like, yo, you stupid kid. Like so I'm telling you you're gonna do, you know? Like yeah, like that's crazy to me, dude. It really is mind blowing. Like it really is a cool piece of hardware. And like, yeah, don't get me wrong, there's probably like I would say the ROG Ally or whatever, it's probably more powerful than the Steam Deck, right? With the Z1 extreme performance processor or whatever the fuck and all that shit.
Not necessarily.
And more optimized for Windows or whatever. but it's still like I am impressed. It doesn't let me down. Every time I launch a game on there, it works. It's just working. It's like it knows what it's doing. It's working. It's running it. It's like fucking mind blowing. Like holy fuck. Like this is crazy.
But not every game is verified, right? So if the game's not verified, it might be playable. If it's not playable in a state that where like for what it shows, like on the Steam page or whatever, like you can still play it, right? Like it's just a matter of like, DLSS mods or whatever it might be.
Even I found like that Proton DB, that Proton database website is the best source to find out what game is playable on the Steam Deck. It's called Proton DB. I think it stands for Proton Database.
And you can get those
there's
through
a
the
list.
Steam Deck.
There's a list. There's like a fucking list on there, and the people that play on Steam Deck go on this website and they verify games that come out and say, no, this game runs like shit. No, this game runs good. No, this game is playable. This game works good. This game works good if you do this. And they'll list the steps that you got to take to make a game playable. And there's like a million games on that fucking list. There's like, okay, maybe not a million, but I'd say at least 50,000 or 40,000 games on that fucking list. There's a lot of fucking games, man. Like, you would think, there's probably like 50 games on this list. No, there's like a lot, dude. There's like, fucking,
I think as
like,
long as you keep your Steam Deck in stable mode, I think you're fine with a lot of the Proton. Keep up on Proton, I'd say.
You just click and click and click and click and click and find thousands of games, and you just keep like download all these games on your Steam Deck and play them if you want. Like, it's fucking crazy. But yeah, besides that, like I said, I've been playing Dome Keeper. That's a cool little game, Mail. You know about this game where you dig, mine. Like I said earlier, like I said last time, they had like an update where like they added all this shit to the game, like challenges and like different modes and different things, like different challenges that you can do. I've been kind of trying to upgrade my base. I finally unlocked the military dome, which is kind of like an armored, bigger dome that's armored. So I've been trying to play with that. But yeah, I'm trying to unlock all the things that I can to start doing all the challenges to just play. It's an addicting game. I feel like, like you're like just one more run, or like if you fail the run, you're like, oh, maybe I should have done this differently, or I could have done that differently. Like maybe I should do it this way now. Every time I'm always like trying to think in my head, okay, what should I have done differently? Why did I fail that time? You know what I mean? It's like it has that one more time. Let's try to figure it out. Kind of like that game you like, that Cell game. Dead Cell. Yeah, like Dead Cells. It's like one more time. What the fuck did I do wrong this time? Like I gotta go in one more time and I'll figure it out this time. You know what I mean? And you find something new and you're like, holy shit, this is like a new thing. I've never seen this before. You're like, oh, this is cool.
Is it a roguelike?
No. Well, you mean if your base dies, you have to restart, yes. But like, yeah, you do restart all over. But every time you do the run, you can unlock these techs. And like the techs are never the same. Like sometimes you unlock like a thing and it'll be like, it'll give you a choice. Like you unlock this thing, you get this little chip, you take it up. And when you take it up there, it'll be like, okay, you got this chip. Now you can get like an elevator on your thing, or you get a drill bird, which is like a little animal you can drop down in the mine and he'll drill for you. And it's like, what do you want? Or you can just like shred this ship and get like some cobalt, which the cobalt is like a special, like it's like a diamond, like a little triangle, like a pink triangle. And it's like that thing is used to repair your dome. You can use that to repair your dome. Like if it's taking too much damage, you can repair it. What do you want to do with this? You can get the elevator shaft or this. Or like next time it'll be like, instead of the elevator shaft, it'll be like, you get an automatic, like a drill that starts drilling straight down. Like it'll just drill straight down to the end of the map. It'll just keep going for you to the end. Kind of like drilling like a big shaft down the middle of the map. Or the next time you can get like a thing that gives you like a water resource in your base. So instead of like mining for the water resource, it's in your base and you just pick it up from your base and automatically add it to your inventory without having to drill for water now. Or the next time you can unlock like a suit, like an upgrade for your suit where when you're down in the mine and you're mining, you press X or whatever on your controller. I use controller, right? Because I'm playing on Steam Deck. But you can use mouse and keyboard if you're playing on PC. If you press whatever key and it'll like you explode, like you kind of like do like an explosion thing, and it blows up all the squares and all the tiles around you or whatever. It's like different tech every time, right? And you're trying to figure out like what tech to use, what tech to unlock, what tech is better. So that's kind of how that works. But yeah, I like Dunkkeeper. This is a cheap game, man. It's probably like $2, right, or something. I don't even know how much it is nowadays. I know I bought it when it was like $5.
I'll look and see if I can find it here real quick.
Yeah, it can't be that expensive. I would say at most $10, maybe. Can't be that much. Not even that, I don't think. I would say like it's an $8 game. Besides that, though, I've been playing Bomber Crew. You know, scores Bomber Crew.
$8, 7 something.
Yeah, like I said, been playing Bomber Crew though too, and fuck, that game is hard. It's so frustrating when you think you have like everything upgraded on your plane, Mayo, and then you go to a mission and you just get demolished. You just get like wrecked, dude. Like I did a mission, Mayo, right? And I'm going back to base, right, Mayo? My plane is like Swiss cheese, dude. It's like literally like Swiss cheese. There's bullet holes all over the fucking plane. I'm missing like an engine. My fuel tank went out on the right side of the plane. I had to transfer my fuel to the left wing. I'm missing an engine. My other engine is on fire. All right. I make it all the way back to base, man. One of my guys died and I had to revive him, right? I revived him. I healed everyone up to 100% health because I knew we were going to need it. And I go to land at the base, right? I'm like a low on fuel. I'm like, we got to land at the base. We're landing at the base. I put my landing gear down. I didn't realize that we had lost a wheel. Like we have no landing gear.
Oh no.
We have one wheel, Mayo. One wheel. And the wheel is on the side that the fuel of the plane is not on. The fuel of the plane is on the left side. The wheel is on the right side. We go to land. I transfer the fuel to the right wing. My engines start sputtering, right? They're like running like, oh, we have no fuel. We're out of fuel. We're out of fuel. It's like, okay, fuck. I'm like, should I declare emergency landing? I'm like, no, we're just going to land normally on the runway. Thinking if we crash, at least we're crashing at the base. My guys might survive. No, Mayo, that did not happen. No one survived. All of them died, Mayo. The fucking plane lands and it the wheel hits the runway. The fucking wing tips into it tips over. The wing hits the runway, and it's like an American Airlines explosion. Okay, like this fucking thing just boom, fucking blew up. Plane is on fire. It's like all I see on the screen of all the little characters, you know, like you see all their health and they're next to their names or whatever. You see their health and their status. All I see is red skulls, red skull, red skull, red skull, red skull, red skull, red skull, red skull. Across the entire thing, no one survived. No one. Not one of those motherfuckers lived. I was so mad. I was like, oh my God, I just killed everyone. I should have just landed I should have just flew out to the ocean and crashed it into the water. I honestly think if I would have crashed into the water, maybe a few of them would have died, but maybe more of them would have survived. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe they wouldn't have drowned or anything instead of fire explosion.
Or Mayo, I could have flown the plane up in the sky higher and had them jump out with parachutes over the base. You know what I mean? And had them bail out of the plane, and we would have lost the plane. But I would have saved my guys with their stats and their skills. No, instead I try to land the fucking plane. I didn't think about it until this is all like afterthought, right? Like after I thought, man, I should have just fucking bailed them out and had them equip the parachutes and just jump out one by one over the base. You know, they would have lived.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I fucked up, man. I killed them all. Rest in peace to that crew and that plane. But now I have a new crew and a new plane. And yeah, we are doing things again. We're rolling now. We got upgraded the plane again. We're back at it. Hopefully, I don't get them killed. Oh man, it's so frustrating when you get everyone killed because you're like, man, I I can't believe I lost all those good people. That sucks. But yeah, besides all that, that's it. That's all I played, and that's all I will play. I thought about buying that one game, that game everyone's playing, Mayo. What's that game everyone's playing?
Schedule 1 or something like that.
Yeah, that drug game. I thought about buying that, but I'm like, do I really want to play this shit?
I haven't seen it.
It's
Is that
something
the one
about
that
you
John's
make,
been playing from VGO or something?
It's something where you make drugs. You're making drugs, and you sell the drugs, Mayo.
I don't know the name of it. I heard John
It's,
talk about
it's
it on
yeah,
VGO.
it's called Schedule One. That's what it's called.
Oh, it
Everyone's
is.
playing it right
Actually, it
now.
is. Okay.
Everyone's playing it. Everyone. I'm talking to everyone and their grandma's playing this game. I don't know what the appeal of it is. The graphics don't look that good, but maybe I need to try it. Maybe the appeal is you just get in there and do wacky shit. I don't know what the appeal. Maybe I should, but maybe I'll play it and I'll find out what the appeal is. Right? You know what? I'm gonna play it now. You convinced me, Mel. Thank you.
What's it called?
Schedule One.
I think it is called Schedule 1. Yeah, it's at the top of the list on Steam.
Yeah, Schedule One. And also, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is not available on PC. If you haven't played that,
It's up for pre-order or it's actually available?
It's available, it says.
Okay.
I thought it was out.
Yeah, I think it's out now. And it has very positive reviews. Of course it does, because it's a good game, man. Like, that game deserves the positive reviews.
Damn, that reminds me, Jesus, of
I'm excited. I'm excited for season 2 coming out here next week of
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
13th, right?
On HBO, yeah, next week. It's coming out real quick, man. Real quick. My girlfriend's all into that shit.
Yeah, I might need to watch them again, actually. And I remember them, but maybe just a refresher, you know?
Yeah, I rewatched it, and it still holds. It's like watching it again. I'm like, it's really good. Like, it's really well done. It's just a really well done drama show, like action drama show. You know, this just looks really good. And then
kind of like the first season of Walking Dead, right? Like kind of like that.
It's really good. It's really good. Like when does this whole story make sense? And the whole story with Bill and his buddy, his boyfriend Frank or whatever, that was kind of cool. You're like, that's cool. Like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, I like this story. Like, it makes sense. Because Brink was telling me in the game when you go to Bill's house or whatever, you don't see none of that. She's like, you read the letters that they left behind, you know, like when they killed themselves, and you can kind of assert by the story, like, oh, they were this couple or whatever that killed themselves or something, but you're like not understanding what they went through, and then in the show they kind of show you like the things they went through, and you're like, oh, okay, like, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of cool, man.
You know, with that episode with Bill and Frank, like, I'm sure there's other lore and other things out there throughout the internet, through YouTube. And I feel like if this show never existed, right? If they never did this show, like, I feel like that would have been like in the comics or something. And there's probably comics out there that we don't know about that probably exist on the internets with those two.
Yeah,
you know, in other episodes or what have you.
I did it
with other
did it
characters.
backwards. I remember watching the series and then I went and played the game. So like when I was seeing the notes and stuff in the game, it made a lot more sense to me like right away. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this. I remember these people.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
All right, man. What have you been playing, Mel?
Right up quick while you're still kind of finishing up what you were playing, Split Fiction. You and I played that a little bit.
Oh yeah, we did play that. Yeah.
I've been playing that game quite a bit still. Unfortunately I keep playing the beginning over and over and over and over and over. Like I've played it with different people. So I've gotten to know that pretty well.
What's your experience with playing with different people?
It's pretty much the same. The game is a little different depending on what character you are. Cause I have played both characters, and so it does. You have different perspectives of things. Like when you're the lady with the sword compared to the person with the whip in the beginning. You know, because when you're the sword, you like have to like do that gravity thing where you're attached to a wall and you're in a different area, and then the person with the whip is like on level ground, and you're technically the other person is running on the ceiling or something, and you're like, okay, so you can kind of see it from their perspective and what they have to do and stuff. And But I don't know. I think you liked it, Jesus, and you seem like you're having a good time with it. But game
Yeah.
is so good. It's got so much action and stuff in it. Like early on, it just kind of keeps on going. The furthest I have played with anybody is my son, and later on, like there's this level that like everything is hand drawn. It is so cool. Like it's such a creative like change of pace in the game. That's what I like about this game is it just keeps kind of changing it up. Not like not like It Takes Two was okay, but this one it just seems like it's more about the game and like what it has you do and the trickery it gives you. There's one level you become like Tron characters and it becomes like a side scroll, like almost like Contra. You aim like Contra and everything, and you're playing through it, but your characters look like Tron. You got a red guy and a blue guy, and you're playing through that. And the next thing you know, you're fighting this boss, but they give you like these different angles, and one of the angles is like you're doing the fight, and it's through the boss's eyes. So like he's looking down on you, and you can see the characters down there on the map, and it's got that almost like that isometric view. But you're moving around and you're like throwing stuff at the boss, but it's from his perspective, so it like changes the way you're seeing things with the camera and stuff. And then this game, all of a sudden, like you go to the next world and it's telling a story by pen and paper, and they're writing the story as you go, and they keep erasing things as you're going across the map, and like different things will happen, like a boulder will all of a sudden they run down the hill, and you're like running from it and stuff, but your characters are all graphite drawn with pencil and stuff, so you're like moving around and they're like, oh, and this happened, and then that happened, and all these little things in it. It was just a really neat level, and there's a little bit of everything in this game. There's like jet riding, kind of like these jet boats in the waves, and they're like jet skis, but like more powerful. There's like cinematic scenes, like Jesus. We had that one where it's like it pans out, and you were running across that one skyscraper thing, and it just looked really cool. And just a lot of stuff like that, just a lot of cool concepts and stuff, and it's just such a fun game. I really enjoy it. I don't know. I'm gonna keep on playing this game quite a bit.
I
And,
hope my son. I've been trying to get my son to buy this game so we could
the
play this
biggest,
a lot because
the hardest thing I guess about the game is you have to play with somebody every time. Like I can't aspire this game up by myself. I have to jump online and find somebody to play with me. But even though it is free for somebody else to play, sometimes like if nobody's around or whatever, you just can't play it. But you can play local co-op. It would be nice, Gunny. You could play on the same TV. You could just put it on your TV or whatever.
yeah, that'd be nice.
And you can play local split screen.
I mean, we're literally in like this room and like 3 feet from me, but yeah, I'm hoping I told him like we gotta get this to play co-op because we did Portal 2 and Missplosion Man or whatever co-op, like those were some cool moments to play, co-op. Yeah, eventually he'll come around.
But yeah, it's been fun. The other stuff I've been playing is like some of the same old games I've been going back to. Still more Astrobot. I think I'm one world away from finishing that up. But I am trying to go through each world and collect every person, try to find every single little puzzle piece and everything. So I think the world I'm just at, it has a couple of the there's some bonus levels, and the one I'm on are like like how PlayStation has like the triangle, X, circle, square. This is like the square levels, and you have a couple bots to rescue on there. And they're really small levels, but they're really hard. Like they're probably some of the harder levels in the game. So I've been dying a lot on those, but I go in there and I'll play for like an hour or two, and then I kind of jump back out. And then I'll jump on either Gran Turismo 7 or Forza Motorsport, and just kind of get my racing fix in.
Can I stop you right there, Mayo? Can I stop you right there? Because I was thinking today about like Astrobot and Mario from the Switch, right? From Nintendo. And I was thinking like, I'm reaching back into like the days of like 2012, 2016 of like, wow, I feel like, because every time like, Mayo, you would bring up like Astrobot, right? In recent past where I would think like, I always thought like my brain had to kind of go back to like, oh, that's PlayStation, not Nintendo, right? Because I don't own a PlayStation 5 and I did play it, on the PS4, via VR. But like, I thought like, man, it would be nice if like Astrobot was like, PlayStation, like something new, like maybe not a new AAA title would come out like every single year, but like at least something every year, right? Like something from Astrobot, like something new, like whether it was like an arcade title or something where I feel like I know Microsoft has their, their Minecraft, which is like for the kids or whatever in the new movie that came out with Jack Black, but like, it would be nice if like it wasn't like every 4 years or 5 years or whatever it was, right? Like didn't have to be this AAA blockbuster movie,
Mm-hmm. They have
Yeah,
what, like
it'd be nice, if they had
what,
that.
3 Astrobot games now in probably what, 5 years?
I thought it was two. I
Probably.
thought it was like the first one that came out
Well,
on
I'm counting
PlayStation
like
4.
you have the VR version was the first one, and then you had that like really long playable demo that came out with the PS5, and then you had this new one.
Yeah, I forgot about the PS5 demo that came out. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of count that as like the second one where it was kind of like a precursor to the newest game, but
Yeah, so I hope going forward, right, that it's something we see, something like it doesn't have to be like the $70 AAA every year, but like something, I don't know, something more, every year. Like not every, oh, you've got to wait 2 or 3 years for the next Astrobot or something. Yeah.
yeah, it's a good game. Like I enjoy it. It gets kind of old after a little while, like running through, and I'll get tired of like trying to solve some puzzles. But some of the last levels I've been doing here like have been really fun. There's been like a ghost level that was really fun, and a swimming level that was really good. Um, one of the last levels I did, you become like this ball, and you got to use the controller, and you got to turn the controller, and it turns the map, and you basically are like liquid, and you kind of roll. And that's how you move. You don't use your analog sticks. You got to turn the controller, and it tips the screen, and your character is like a blob, and it rolls. And then when you hit the trigger, you can break up into little pieces, so you can fall through like little grates and get to different areas and stuff. And you hit the trigger again, and you reform back into a big ball. And you got to try to roll through the level that way, which was kind of a fun level. Just kind of break things up. And then trying to think what else I've been playing. Right before the show, I played what was it called? Like Big Head Heroes or something? I mean, I'll pull it up again
Big
on Steam.
Helmet Heroes.
Big Helmet Heroes, and that game is basically like Castle Crashers. I think it's out now. I had the demo of it, but it gets like mixed reviews. It says it's got a lot of like performance issues where the game will like say if you throw an enemy outside of an area, they get like stuck, and then you can't progress in the level because the enemy won't die, and you can't get to them. Little things like that can happen.
I watched you stream that like literally like 30 minutes ago, and like there was some out of the limits areas where you were fighting enemies, but I noticed. I don't know if you noticed that too.
Yeah, and it's basically Castle Crashers on steroids a little bit. It's got a little more 3D to it. Just some more of a modern take on Castle Crashers, I feel. But I had a little bit of problem with it early on. Like when I launched it, like in the menu, it recommended using a controller, so I grabbed my Xbox controller. But then in the menus, I could not like hit new game. I could highlight it, and it wouldn't let it. I'd hit the A button on the controller, and it wouldn't do anything. Or hit maybe I haven't tried to hit start. I guess I could try to do it that way and see if that confirmed it. But like the controller wouldn't do anything on the menus, so that was kind of weird. But then when I launched a game with my keyboard mouse, then I went back to the controller and the game was fine. So I don't know if it was just maybe having to hit start on the controller. I didn't think about that until now. But you can't hit any of the buttons on the controller to hit new game or whatever. It just doesn't do anything. I was kind of like, this is kind of weird.
Yeah,
I don't know if
Steam's
it was
kind
a
of funny,
bug
right? With
or.
the PlayStation DualSense controller.
Well, I was
I've been
using the
playing with that
Xbox
all day.
controller, so.
Oh yeah, even that. Like, but I noticed even Mayo. I was telling you, like a little bit of maybe a hint of Sackboy in there, but no puzzles.
Mhm.
So it was a lot of combat.
Yeah, and that's where it's just kind of more like Castle Crashers, just
Yeah,
literally just hack and slash combat. So it wasn't
but
bad.
more 3D. I would say less Castle Crashers. I haven't looked, but I mean, I watched you stream it, but I wouldn't say Castle Crashers.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. Just the last little thing I'll just throw out there real quick is I did go with my youngest boy to go see the Minecraft movie. He asked me the other day to go see it, so we seen it opening night, and we didn't have a whole lot of hope for it going in, so we were kind of like, what's this going to be like? And it was weird because we did a 9:40 p.m. show. And so
Nobody
we
was
get
throwing
there
popcorn and punching each
and
other. Nothing.
it was a full theater. And this is probably the first time I've been in a full theater for quite some time. Like I went and
Yeah.
seen Captain America on the new release, and it was like 2 or 3 people in there with me, and that was it.
You didn't
And
get
stuff.
Coca-Cola in the face or anything?
No, but and what I did not understand, and it caught me off guard the first time it happened. Well, right away, like the atmosphere was a couple kids, like I would say between 8 and 12, right? But so they were like dressed up and stuff, and they were with their parents, and I'm with my 19-year-old boy. We're there, but like the whole middle of the theater was all like teenagers, and I'm like,
Were
okay.
you dressed up, Mayo?
No, I was not dressed up. Oh, well, yeah, I was dressed
You
up
You
as
a
Steve.
creeper? Well, you were a creeper.
I was dressed up as Steve.
You should have been dressed up as Minecraft Steve, bro.
But so what was funny, and maybe you guys know more about this, maybe you will, Jesus, because you're up into this stuff, is certain like scenes in the movie, all the kids would start saying it at the same time. And then they would all cheer and clap and like all this like just random scenes. And I'm like, what is going on? And it kept happening. And so
Like what scene? Like name a scene.
the one I
What
can
was it?
remember, he's like,
I-
when he says his name, he's like, I am Steve. All the teenagers then are like, I am Steve, when he said, like, right when he says it on the screen, and they all start clapping, and it's like a roar, and they're like clapping. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then later on, there's like I didn't realize like who all was in the movie because I haven't really paid any attention to it. And the guy that plays, was it Jason Momoa? He's in it, and he had a couple lines, and they would say it like as he was saying it, and then they would all clap and cheer, and I'm like, what is going on? And my boy was laughing, and he was like, oh, it's a TikTok thing, and so I don't know. I haven't seen it on TikTok, but it happened probably like 25 times, like different times throughout the movie. Like there'd be like a line come up, and they would all know, like they just knew it was coming up. And even the one time, my boy, he was sitting there and he pulls his phone out and he starts recording the movie on his phone for a minute, and everybody started doing this scene. They're like in a boxing ring, and he knew it would happen, and then it happened, so he got a recording of it, and it was just the atmosphere definitely made the movie, I would say, because all these teenagers in there and they were like cheering and hollering, and I'm like, well, okay, this is different. I'm not used to this in a movie, like having this big interaction from the audience, but the movie itself, I would say if I was at home watching this on the couch, I would probably be like, it wasn't very good. But being in theater, seeing it with a whole bunch of like teenagers, and they were all having fun with it, it just seemed like it was almost like a running joke in a way. Like they were there to see it for the one-liners and just kind of like, we got to see this movie because it's gonna be so bad it's gonna be good. Kind of like
Actually,
vibe.
this movie is actually the blockbuster of the year. You know that?
Yeah, I seen it was like the highest selling video game movie ever, I
No,
think.
it's broken like multiple records. So it's the biggest opening of the year so far. The second biggest opening was Captain America, which was at 88 million. This is like almost double that, 150.7 million. No, 163 million in the US and Canada. And worldwide is 313 million. It also broke the record for the highest video game movie ever. Super Mario Brothers movie was 146.3 million. And then a record opening for a Warner Brothers legendary co-production, which is ahead of The Dark Knight Rises, which was 160 million. And the largest Friday, Saturday, and Sunday opening since Deadpool and Wolverine from 2024, which was 211 million. And Jason Momoa's biggest domestic opening as a lead. And so there's that.
Chicken
yeah.
jockey.
He's broken a bunch of records. It's
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to
big movie,
describe.
man.
Like, yeah, it's kind of like describe how the movie went. Like, I could, but like they did an interesting job. Like getting the whole Minecraft world and the way they did it and stuff, and the effects were pretty cool. There was a couple scenes like when he gets like, there's Jack Black's character gets like diamond armor and stuff, and then all the kids were cheering, and like. They were all clapping and roaring. When they're like diamond armor, and they're like, whoa, yeah, they're like and all this stuff. And I'm like, what is going on? But I mean, it's kind of a goofy movie, but
Yeah.
it seemed like they had a lot of fun making it though as well. Like Jack Black and Momoa and them guys seemed like they had a lot of fun just making this movie. Like
Jack Black is like a gamer normal dude, man. Like it's kind of a weird. He's like a weird character from Hollywood. He's like like your average Joe dude. Like he's not like the other actors. Like I don't. It would be hard for me to see like Jack Black at like some fucking fancy restaurant ball party. You know, like these other famous people. You know what I mean? Like yeah, he would attend. But he'd be like, "Get me the fuck out of here as quick as possible."
He's a nerd,
you know?
right? He's totally a nerd.
Yeah, like totally like a nerd, dude. You know, like probably just chills at home eating Cheetos and watching like movies and playing video games and shit. You know, like
He'd be like the introvert party. I swear.
And then, of
Yeah.
course, there's a couple times in the movie he breaks out in song. So kind of like in the
Yeah.
Mario movie, which is coincidental. You know, like I just thought of that. Like he was in the Mario movie as well. So like the
Yeah,
top
he
two
was.
selling video game movies, he was in both of them now. But you know, he had that song "Peaches" in the Mario movie, which was funny.
was a
like
good
just
song.
random. But
That
there's
is a
one
good
in
song.
here as well. I can't remember what it was now, but he has a song on here that's really good as well.
Mm.
Like he broke out in song like 2 or 3 times in this movie.
I'm gonna have to
But-
go check this out. So maybe this
it was.
weekend.
I was surprisingly impressed. I wasn't holding high hope going into it, and
Yeah, but
it ended up being pretty good.
yeah, I'm gonna go check it out because I got that movie pass. But yeah, I'm gonna check it out. A lot of good movies are coming out here soon, man. Like there's a few movies. There's another game movie coming out next month or this month, I think. That Sony game. What's that Sony game?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's
Until
like
Dawn. Until Dawn.
yes,
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
That's coming out here soon.
that.
But that's like a real life action like movie. It's weird how it seems like they did it like the game where like the people relive their like you know like if they die they wake up again and they're alive but they're at the house still and like they can die multiple times or whatever. Like it's a weird like the way they did it. It seems kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if it's going to work. It's kind of odd to me that they're releasing it in April also like being like a scary movie, I guess. You'd think that they'd release it closer to Halloween, but I don't know why they chose April.
yeah.
Like it's kind of like a weird release, but I mean, I guess scary movies do come out all year, right? But like, to me, it's always like I never really understood some of these movies, like It and shit. Like they don't come out around Halloween. It's like why not release your movie around Halloween?
Maybe afraid of competition. Maybe like maybe they're afraid of like some of the big Halloween scary movies that come out at that time, and so
yeah,
they don't want to get overshadowed. So we'll just pick a random month, you know.
April, out of all the months
I
of
think
the
it's
year,
fine. Like
April.
any game can come out now, right? Before your AAA's before November.
I haven't been really
Yeah.
following. I was kind of surprised by the amount of live action Disney movies that are coming out.
I'm
they
kind
keep
of
pushing these.
annoyed by it, honestly. Like I'm
Yeah,
kind
There's
of
a
like,
new
like-
Star Wars coming out November.
what's
live
new
action,
Star
of
Wars?
course.
They advertised a Stitch live action,
Oh
and I was like,
yeah,
I'm like, that actually looked okay. And then
Yeah.
they advertised like right after that, they advertised How to Train Your Dragon live action,
yeah.
and I'm like, huh, okay. Evidently, we're gonna do a live action movies galore now.
Oh, the new movie is The Mandalorian and Grogu. That's the new Star Wars movie coming out this.
Yeah, Mandalorian, like
No, that's
yeah,
coming out next year.
actually really good.
No, that's coming out May of 2026.
Yeah, Mandalorian. Yeah,
It's a movie, so is that the continuation of the show, or what is it? Like a side
probably.
story, or is it a side thing, or what the fuck is it? How
Probably
does
a
the show?
side- probably a
I
side
forget.
thing.
Didn't the show just like it ended? Right? There's no sequel to the show, right? Like, what's his name showed up and rescued Grogu and he left, or is there going to be another season? What's going on there?
Probably season 3
No, there was season 3. That
or
was
4.
season.
I don't
3.
know. Yeah,
Because at the end of season 3, spoilers, everyone, if you haven't watched Mandalorian, shut your shit off right now.
I didn't watch season
But-
3. Shut up.
But doesn't like Luke Skywalker or whoever show up and fuck all the robots up and then he takes Grogu? Isn't that him or who the fuck is that showed up?
I don't know who that was.
That was a Jedi.
I'm not
I'm pretty
saying.
sure it was Luke Skywalker or some shit. Showed up, fuck everybody up.
He's got to live, man.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Who rescued Grogu and
It wasn't Skywalker.
bullshit. Okay, hold on.
No.
In The Mandalorian, Grogu was rescued by Jedi Master Blah Kaleran Beck during Order 66.
Yeah. I don't have all the lore, but I know enough.
But that's
Right, because
that
Skywalker
would have
doesn't
been
know who
way
that
before.
is.
Yeah, that would have
He
been way
doesn't know
before
him,
right?
apparently. Well, that we know of. It's not like he had a fucking iPad or whatever to know all the lore.
oh no, man! Like I'm confused now.
He didn't have a synopsis or anything.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let's look at The Rescues, Chapter 16, Season 2, Episode 8, Gunny, okay? Okay, blah, blah, blah. They board an Imperial shuttle, blah, 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 blah. Dark Troopers are there. They seal them off. Although one breaks through, blah, 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 blah. More shit's going on, blah, blah, blah. And then a single X-Wing lands, piloted by a Jedi Knight who engages and destroys all the Dark Troopers.
All right, what's the new Star Wars? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it says here, the Mandalorian overruling, blah, blah, blah. Someone tries to shoot him, blah, 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 and opens the blast doors to the Jedi, who is revealed to be Luke Skywalker. It says here, Grogu hesitates to leave with Skywalker until the Mandalorian permits him to go with the Jedi to complete his training. Yeah, so see, told you it was Skywalker.
Okay, well, yeah,
He's the one that shows up at the end of the ship, and he's like fucking all the robots up in that hallway. He like the door opens up, and all the robots are standing there. They're trying to get into the cockpit, and the Mandalorian's locked in there with Grogu and the chick. And then the Jedi just fucking goes in there and fucks them all up, badass style. And then he takes Grogu because he's like, I need to train him with the Force. He must use the Force. I am Luke Skywalker. I'm gonna teach Baby Yoda the Force.
could have been another Jedi.
No, it's Luke Skywalker, not another.
Fine.
They say it's Luke Skywalker. God damn it! Okay, you see his face. That's why I said it was Luke
Spoiler
Skywalker.
alert.
God damn it, Gunny, you son of a bitch!
You
Telling you,
spoiled it.
I don't give a fuck if I spoiled this. Like 5 years old now. So this shit came out in like 2020, Gunny.
Yeah,
If you
I
haven't
don't-
watched it by now.
I don't remember if I watched it all or not. Honestly, like I don't.
No,
remember.
I seriously didn't watch season 3.
This episode came out May of 2020, Gunny. 5 fucking years ago. If you haven't watched this shit, you're fucked. All
5
right?
years ago, damn near.
5
Yeah.
fucking years ago, Gunny, all right? If I'm spoiling something that happened 5 years ago, you need to catch up with the fucking
Yeah, for
Mandalorian.
sure.
Hey, Jesus. Speaking of shows, too. One last quick thing. Have you watched the latest season of Mythic Quest on Apple TV?
Oh,
I'm actually been watching it.
Okay.
I'm on episode whatever where I'm on the episode where the chick Poppy created an AI of herself.
Oh yeah.
and then she made an AI of Ian to
Yeah.
fucking.
And they
to
drive each other
fucking-
nuts.
Yeah,
Like,
and he's like, fuck this guy. I don't like working with him.
have you guys watched Side Quest?
yes, that's my next thing. I watched all the.
I
Not
did
watched
see-
any of
well.
it yet.
I
have.
did see that it was available, but I haven't watched it. I want to finish the season of Mythic Quest and then
You
kind
gotta
of go
finish
back
it
to
first. I have
Yeah.
not
I-
watched
I mean,
you can-
that.
that. I don't know about Mythic Quest. It seems to be like I'm kind of falling off of that show. Like it's not as good as it was in the beginning. I don't know what it is about it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Something
Like,
seems off. I don't know. It just doesn't seem as good as it was.
I think they're losing some of the comedy in it. Like before,
They're
it had
doing a lot of
Yeah.
comic stuff at Side Quest.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
side quests each. I watched all of those as well, and all they like they're complete standalone. Like they are like you
Okay.
could watch each one of those. Like you could not watch Mythic Quest and watch these, and all they are is one episode is like she's a violin player, right, for like an orchestra, and
Mhm.
her life goal is to join the Mythic Quest orchestra band and go around and play. And they have like a theme song, and it's a whole little story about her, like going through. And there's another one, like the
No,
last
it's
one
like
they
that.
did.
It's like that one episode where they did in like season 1 or 2. Remember that one episode was like a standalone thing?
Yeah, and it's kind of something like
Yep.
that.
Just like that.
I'm trying to remember what the other ones were. The last one that was basically it's like a bunch of players and they are basically playing like WoW. It's Mythic Quest, right? But they all kind of have like a fight and they eventually all kind of quit playing the game and stuff. But it's kind of like them doing a raid and stuff. And so like it's very familiar. Like if you've ever done raids and stuff and like WoW, like it has that feeling like okay they're playing the game and then they're all trying to fight and people are standing in the wrong spot or they're all dying and they're arguing and this and that stuff and they all kind of start quitting the game and then they're like in real life they're like hey guys let's play again and they're all kind of like oh we're done and it kind of shows the breaking up of the party and it kind of it's like a sad like ending to it. And then the first episode was I think he is in Mythic Quest. He's like the art designer, like he's one of the artist guys and he's on vacation and he's with his fiance or soon to be fiance. He's wanting to propose to her, but IM keeps interrupting him while he's on vacation, and she's getting mad at him because he keeps like taking calls, and IM keeps random like interrupting the whatever they're doing, like with a random call somehow, and then he ends up taking on some work, and she gets mad. But each little episode like that, they were a complete standalone. Like it just has Mythic Quest like theme in it somewhere. Like it's the music Mythic Quest band, or it's the Mythic Quest the actual game. They're doing a raid, So it's like side characters you've never even really seen in the series before, except for that first one.
Yeah, I only watched a trailer for that side quest.
Yeah,
I know there's only 3.
Yeah, I think there's 5 total, and I think they're all out now. Like I watched all of them, all right in a row. I was surprised because Mythic Quest is you had to watch them one episode at a time, and then I didn't realize the season ended already. I was watching them as they went, and I didn't realize the last one I watched was the season finale. So I don't know if it's gonna be done after that or not. But then I went on the side quest and I watched them all right in a row in one sitting. So
how long were those side quests? Were they 30 or 45 minutes?
I would say they're 45.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't really time them, but they felt a little bit longer than a normal little half-hour episode.
Yeah, I'll check those out.
Yeah, they've been good. That's pretty much it for me. Like just a little bit of video game, TV and watching Minecraft in theaters, and just playing some random games here and there at home. Have you been playing, Gunny?
I've been playing. What have I been playing? So I checked out a game called finally on Game Pass. I don't know if you check these out, Mayo, but they're called Citizen Sleeper.
I've seen it on there.
So Citizen Sleeper 2, Star Wars Vector, or whatever. I know they're not like a AAA blockbuster game but once in a while I will come across like my Twitter X feed of like video game stuff of like, oh, you got to check this game out. It's like really good. And, like, I don't know what the genre of this game is, but like, so I downloaded it like several weeks ago and I'm like, okay, finally I'm going to play it. I'm not in the mood for like I don't know what you would call them, but multiple choice question games of like, where it's got a little bit of a dice aspect to it where you get like 4 choice questions of like, I don't know, like it's futuristic. You're on a starship. You're on a star base or whatever in space of like, you've got to escape or what have you. So that was pretty easy to escape from like the space station. And then I don't know, I was like, I'm just not feeling it of like how to answer these questions, because they're not like voiced or what have you. So, but it reminds me of like a lot of the books that I like to listen to on like Audible, but obviously in voice or whatever. But I'm like, oh, I might actually like this, but no, I just found it boring. I don't know. It was like time to turn it off, So yeah, like I'm sure they're great. Like some people say they're amazing. And I guess you just have to be in the mood for it. But yeah, for me, I just wasn't. So, yeah, didn't grab me. So I just kind of moved on, and I think I even uninstalled the game. So I don't know. Some people will probably be like, "Gunny, you got to give it a chance," and kind of go with it. But yeah, didn't much care for it. So I don't know. I didn't like it. So maybe someday I'll actually get back to it. So, but other than that, like Assassin's Creed Shadows, been playing that a couple hours of that today. So, Jesus, I gotta ask you, like, there's so many different like areas in the game of like like in that menu of like circles or whatever of like different tasks that you can do. I guess your side quest, main quest, and I've got to be close to like the 10 hours of like where I can actually play Yasuki. So I don't know. There's probably like some path I can probably follow to get to where he's at. I feel like not been doing a lot of side stuff. I feel like there's probably like an area within that game where, yeah, I can probably get to where I can play him sooner because that's kind of where I want to get to. Because I haven't been doing a lot of, I feel like I've not been doing a lot of side quest stuff of like just like small task things, but uncovering the map to get to the next object and but I've been having fun with it. And I swear, Jesus, I have not been using my steed or my horse or anything. Like it's more or less like, find the trail and just kind of run up and try to find the top of the hill to get to the fast travel point, fight enemies along the way if I have to. And that's been a lot of fun. So if I randomly find enemies, like I will just go ahead and try and, fight them. And more likely, if I am to succeed at killing them. So, and if I don't, man, I'll reload the checkpoint and go back and like, rethink my strategy and like do more blocking or, rolling around the enemy to take them out. That's just been a lot of fun for me. So, yeah, I've just been like taking out targets and I've got to be close to the 10 hours. So I feel like I have, but maybe I've been going the wrong direction. So if there's anything, Jesus, that you can point me to so I could actually get to where Yasuki is. So, but,
Do the main story.
yeah, I gotta find out where that main story is at actually in like the main menu is. So
Just fucking go to your settings, turn off immersive mode, add the guided mode, and you'll be finding that easily.
yeah, like I totally turned off like the whatever you call it, the guided mercenaries mode or whatever that is. So like I've done that part. So and that's another thing, Jesus, where I found like where I turn off like the what is it called, like the scouts or whatever, I turn them off and then I'll just find out like, okay, exactly where I need to go. Boom. I'll find a way up the mountain or whatever, find a fucking trail, go up there, loot some shit, kill some enemies. So yeah, but it's been a lot of fun. I'm not disappointed with the game at all. Like I've been having a lot of fun with it, killing enemies. I had some really good moments even today where I was like, oh man, I'm playing on PC where I wish I either installed Metal, which is like like a program that or an app that actually records like your game stuff. So I know I could probably do it on Steam or do it through the Xbox app or whatever. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, I got to play the game a lot more. So, but I've been like, okay, so let me back up. I didn't even put this in my notes. So, all right. So last week, Jesus, you talked about like a couple weeks ago, you talked about playing like Avowed, and I'm like, fine. So then last Monday, I played Avowed for like probably about 2.5 hours, and so I played this game, and it's not a bad game, but I'll say this about like the graphics. So it feels like, man, maybe you can help me out with this, but I feel like it's been like fuzzy for some reason. Like that's like that's where they kind of met with their graphics, where it's like everything is on high. Like I'm not like exceeding anything, and it's not a bad setting or whatever.
Maybe try turning DLSS off because DLSS will lower your resolution on the edges. So maybe if you
Yeah.
just run without DLSS, it might sharpen it up.
Yeah, so I need something a little bit more sharp, but it's not terrible. But at the same time, where I feel like it's fine, right? Like graphics are okay, and there's no like VSync on or like anything like that. But and everything runs on high, and everything's running at like whatever frames, 250 fucking frames per second. So it's all good. But I'd say it's like a hard game though in some ways where I feel like I'm running in some areas where maybe I'm not even checking. I'm doing the main story stuff, right? So it's not even showing like, oh, this is the level 12, but you're a level 4, nothing like that. So maybe I need to kind of slow down, and I'm using more sword and board where the game kind of introduces you to where like you can use like some magic stuff, and I haven't been using that. So I've been kind of doing more blocking where I feel like I'm taking more damage, right? Where from like even blocking, right? Like you're taking damage, but so far, and I'll just say this with like the story stuff, Jesus, where I feel like I'm getting a lot of story from like, is it Pathfinder Kingmaker? I always get the story confused with like where this lore came from, but because I never played the games, but you're gonna get a lot of story here. So there's some good story, good voice acting. You're getting a lot of stuff from like the dreaming tree or whatever the hell they call it, of like, just just story stuff. So there's a lot of good stuff there, and like, the combat's kind of okay. Like it's not bad or anything. So I feel like I'm gonna go back to this game at some point. But I've still got like, Assassin's Creed, Kingdom Come Deliverance too. So I've kind of been going back between the three different games of like man, which one do I want to play more often, or I feel like I need to finish Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, but I want to play more Avowed. So yeah. So there's that. So I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Mayo? If you played this on Game Pass or anything? So
Yeah, no, I haven't played it yet.
yeah, I would just kind of wait on it and just kind of see see everything about it. So it's okay so far. So I just been playing it in spurts, like 2 hours here, 2 hours there. So
It makes me think too. Have you guys checked out or looked at Adam Paul on Game
oh
Pass?
yeah, I did play that last week. So I played about, I want to say about an hour and a half of the game. I forgot I did play this game. So so far it's okay. I feel like it's like I'll just say this. I get like the Metro, not Metro. Yeah, a little bit of a Metro, and what's that other game that came out on Game Pass, Mayo? That like the shooter game that came out that we played. It's gonna kill me here now that I forgot about
I'm
it.
not
But
sure.
yeah. So oh gosh, I forgot the name. Stalker. So a little bit between the two.
Okay, I was
So
kind of getting like Fallout vibes from it.
a little bit. I mean, there's some of that stuff. Like, I don't feel like I'm collecting like 100 cups or like 1,000 like ceramic plates or anything like that. So, and I've watched some streamers play it, like official, Adamfall players or what have you that have like already like done a review that are on the Steam page or what have you. So, like, yeah, I don't know. It's okay. So I know I need to get into that more often, get more time into that as well. So
Yeah, I'll check it out this week. I'm downloading it right now. I'll give it a whirl on the PC. See what it's like.
well, there was another game that came out on Xbox that I think it was an early Xbox Game Pass game, but it kind of had that like same vibe to it. But yeah, like it's got like that. I would say like for Fallout, like it's got like that like what was like there was like the shotgun, or like I'm trying to think of like maybe Fallout 4 had like when you first start out where you've got like the something pipe, right? Where it's got like you're not exactly evolving into like a M16 or an AK-47, right? Like, or it's very rustic like weaponry, right? Where it's got like the pistol of like, hey, you got to load 6 or 8 shots into this like revolver. So
Mhm.
it's kind of like that. I guess I would say like maybe that's the kind of Fallout game they're looking like, where it's comparable to this game. So yeah, there's that with the Adam Fall. So I forgot I played that actually earlier this week. But
Yeah, it piqued my interest. I seen it and I was like, "Oh, this could be good." I didn't know if any of you guys had played it or not.
yeah, I played probably about an hour and a half of it. But the one that I really wanted to play, Mail, was and so I watched it on day one, and this was I watched it on Steam, of course, or on Twitch, and that was called The First Berserker Kazan.
Mhm.
And so it's available on PlayStation, on Xbox. It's got a demo on everything. So I never played the demo, actually. I downloaded the game on the demo, but I started watching this game on Twitch, right? Because it was actually on a Tuesday. I started working and was watching other people play it. And so watching other streamers, and then I watched Crafty from Video Game Happy Hour, and he was actually playing it. And so one of the demos was like you're fighting this giant like fucking Yeti, right? And I probably think I reached out to him, but he was probably playing it on the like the regular hard mode. And so this is definitely like a Souls like game. Like a third person Souls like dungeon fighter 3D celded shady graphics game. And so I'm like, man, like, but I followed other people on Twitch, right? But the more I watched it, the more I wanted to play this game because it felt like it's a little bit like Elden Ring, just a little bit, right? So, like, I thought, oh, cool, like you're getting like these, not exactly like bonfires or whatever, but like you're reaching these things. I forgot what they're actually called, but where you can actually, increase your stats or whatever. So that kind of resets the enemies, and then you can kind of go back to them if you needed to like level something up if you needed to get like, hey, maybe you're going to get another armor piece, or you're going to get a spec point to get into more vitality or stamina. So like if you can't beat the next enemy, right? So, and I knew right like after watching this guy, I was like, hey, there's like not even like 30 minutes into the game, there's actually, and this might be a bit of a spoiler, but this will be helpful for people to help make that decision, is that it says, hey, all right, so what do you want to do now? Do you want to go like regular mode or easy baby mode, right? I was like, yeah, baby mode, I want that, right? So I went with that. And so I feel like, I don't know, Mayo. So far, only 2 hours into this game, I'm like, I don't know, it might be too easy. So I've gotten to that point where I'm fighting the giant Yeti, and he mopped the floor with me, right? So then I was like, I don't know, I feel like I can still beat him. So if I time it right, so I don't know. I'm pretty hopeful that I'm actually gonna be successful at like, I don't know, hopefully beating this game. So on easy mode, then probably I will definitely go with like the regular mode after that. So we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know next week how it goes. So
Yeah, it looked interesting.
yeah. Like that Yeti dude was like, I feel like I got him all the way down, and you can stagger him right on baby mode. But yeah, I just got to be more patient with like, think of like an Elden Ring, right? Or like, no, I wouldn't say Bloodborne, but more Elden Ring, where like you've got to learn the enemy, and he's got his, like, he'll throw shit at you, or yeah, like, and then there are some story stuff to it, but I'm not gonna get into it here. But like, it's not, yeah, more later on, right? You're just kind of like, you were going to carriage, and then you were dropped off, and you're like a king, and yeah, now you're like this like fucking Norse dude with like a king with a fucking axe and a fucking sword, right? So it's pretty badass. I like it. So I like the combat. But other than that, that's pretty much all I've been playing. Besides me and you, Mayo, earlier today, before the stream, I was playing a game called Mandragoria. So side scroller hack and slash game. Kind of like Prince of Persia. So there's a demo on Steam you can check out. So
Yeah, it wasn't a bad looking game. I mean, I don't know if it was
no,
great looking, but it wasn't bad either.
yeah. So it's like a dodge and roll and hack and slash game. I think it's in early access. So yeah, I think that game, Mayo, was it actually came out in early release in probably early 2024. And then I think they said, hey, needed more time. And I think it came out recently, like literally back in like March. So I think that's how I discovered it, because yeah, like it actually might have came out early April, so as a full release. But yeah, the I don't know how much time what's the cost of the game, but check it out. But that's all I've been playing, Jesus.
All right, it's news time.
News time.
I think I'm gonna hop out of here, guys. It's getting late on my end. I'll let you guys kind of cover the news here real quick.
Okay.
I have to get up early for work here again, so not
Thirsty,
much time
man.
before work. All right, well, I'll catch you guys later. We'll listen to the news tomorrow on the episode. So you
All
guys
right,
have a good night. I'll catch you guys next week.
All right.
Bye.
All right, see you guys.
Later. The biggest news this week was, of course, the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming. So, Nintendo Switch news is coming to you right now from us. Apparently, Nintendo confirmed
It is coming.
the Switch 2 Joy-Cons do not use Hall Effect joysticks. That's right. Joy-Con 2 controllers have been designed from the ground up. They're not Hall Effect sticks, but they feel really good. So that's the quote I got from the story. That's all I'm going to read about that, because that's all I need to read about that. No Hall Effects, whatever.
I assume the first Joy-Cons did have Hall effects.
No, they didn't.
Not the original Switch.
No, I don't think so.
I thought I did a lot of research on keyboards, but yeah, I don't know about controller Hall effects.
No. Anyways, you could buy Hall Effect sticks for the Switch Joy-Cons, but they don't come with them, I don't think.
Probably on
In other
the
news,
Pro controller. I don't know.
and I don't think I even has them. In other news, the Nintendo Switch 2 originally pre-orders were set to begin today or tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, Wednesday, the 9th. But they have been delayed indefinitely. Yeah, that's right, Gunny. Indefinitely.
What do you mean indefinitely? I thought it was like
Indefinitely. You don't get to pre-order, Gunny. Indefinitely, Gunny.
dude.
Switch's 2 release date in the US is still set for June 5th, though. Says here, pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 in the US will not start April 9, 2025, in order to assess the potential impact of tariffs and evolving market conditions. Nintendo said in a statement provided to Polygon. Nintendo will update their timing at a later date. The launch date of June 5th, 2025 is still unchanged. Nintendo announced their next-gen console last Wednesday, setting up the price of the Switch 2 at $449.99. I think I called that price when we were talking about this.
Yeah, I thought it was close too. Like, I don't know if it was $499 or
I remember I said
500,
450, I think.
How much do you say?
I remember I said 450, either 450 or 400. I was like, it's gonna be around there.
I don't remember.
But then a few hours later, President Donald Trump announced reciprocal tariffs on dozens of countries, including territories where Nintendo manufactures their hardware. Trump hit China with an additional 34% duty on Wednesday, and Vietnam, where Nintendo has moved some of their production, with a 46% tariff. That could mean the Switch's 2 already expensive price tag could go up even further for customers in the US. Response to Nintendo's prices for Switch 2 and their games, which cost upward of $79.99, have been widely negative. That's right. Yeah. So $80 for a game, Gunny. Are you ready for $80 games? Switch 2 is bringing them to you.
Ooh. Can I bring something up, Jesus? Okay, so I went to one of my favorite customers on Friday, and he is a total fucking Nintendo fucking geek nerd guy. And so as soon as I walked in, I said, Travis. And he's probably going to be about, I think he said he just reached, he's now 30. So I said, Travis. And I know he's like a Super Smash Bros. Bro. And I said, Travis, before you check me in my product that I bring in, before we go any further, I said, you need to tell me right now that you're on board with these $80, $90 games. And so then he's like, yeah, man, but like a lot of these, like, you know, like you're getting a lot of value out of these games because they're so long. And I'm like, you're fucking dead to me, Travis. You know that, right? I'm not going to bring my shit in here. I'm taking it back. I'm putting it back on my truck. LOL. So, everything to the side. But I was like, really? Like, are you kidding me? Like you're okay with this, right? Like he was like, yeah, I'll probably get one of the Nintendo Switch 2 eventually. Like, I know this fucker is going to get one fucking day one. I know he is. Like, these people are fucking blind to this, like, whatever. Like, I'm going to pay, I know he's going to pay whatever it is to get, like, whatever game that's coming out on the Switch 2 that he loves, right? Whether it's Mario, the next Mario, or the fucking, like, Mario Kart, like, yeah. Like, they don't get it, Jesus. They're not, I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah. Well, according to this, Nintendo has insisted that Mario Kart World justifies their $80 price tag, in response to controversy over this $10 hike for some Switch 2 games. Last week's Nintendo Direct revealed the Switch 2 and launch title Mario Kart World, but it was not until after the showcase that ended up that the price for both products were confirmed. The Switch 2, which is out June 5th, currently costs $449.99. The real shock, though, is that Mario Kart World costs $79.99, which is $10 higher than the most expensive Nintendo-published game on Switch, Tears of the Kingdom. It is worth pointing out, though, that Nintendo is bundling Mario Kart World with the Nintendo Switch 2 for only $499.99, cutting the cost of the game by $30 in the process. However, Nintendo did indicate, Gunny, okay? Listen here, Gunny. They did say that bundle is only a limited time offer. It is not a permanent bundle.
Right. So for probably people that go onto the website and order directly from them, well, you could probably get it through GameStop.
And it's still unconfirmed that the price will still be $500 thanks to the tariffs that might be higher. I mean, even the Switch itself might be higher thanks to the tariffs. But Mario Kart World isn't the only Nintendo Switch 2 game that cost $80. Some of the Switch 2 edition games announced during the Nintendo Direct also cost $79.99, such as, Gunny, you ready for the list?
Ready.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land is an $80 game. Super Mario Party Jamboree Nintendo Switch 2 edition plus Jamboree TV is $80. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch 2 edition is $80. Oh, wow.
This variable pricing is killing me.
These Nintendo Switch 2 editions games improve upon the original Switch versions in various ways. For example, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom will gain additional support for the Zelda Notes service in the Nintendo Switch app that provides game help. They also have achievements on the Switch too, Gunny. Wow, that is stunning. That is stunning and innovative.
Yeah, achievements.
And $10. Hey, man. Listen, it took them $10 more to add achievements. Okay, that's innovation. Okay, you can't put price on
fucking pride.
You can't put price on innovation, Gunny. Okay.
Next, you're going to tell me they have voice chat. Next, you're going to tell me they actually have voice. What?
They actually have voice chat. Yes. Yep.
My mind's blown.
$10 fucking more though. $10 more. Okay.
Is that what the C button's for?
Listen, man. Listen. In response, okay, Nintendo of America's Vice President of Product and Player Experiences, Bill Trinan, responded to these things, okay? They said, in response, Trinan insisted that Mario Kart World justifies their price tag and pointed to the upcoming dedicated Mario Kart World Nintendo Direct, okay, Gunny, where fans will learn more about this game and what it has to offer. He said, quote, this is him talking, I would say it's less about the strategy of pricing Mario Kart World. It's more just, whenever we look at a given game, we just look at what is the experience, and what's the content, and what's the value. Mario Kart World, I think, especially as you see it from the Nintendo Direct, not to give you any hints or anything, but I did read your article this morning, and I think you had mentioned that you didn't find a lot to discover when roaming around. So I would say, tune in to our Mario Kart Direct to see what maybe you'll be able to find out about that. But honestly, this is a game that is so big and so vast, and you will find so many little things in it to discover, Gunny. And there's still some other secrets remaining that I think as people end up buying and playing the game, they're going to find this to be probably the richest Mario Kart experience they've ever had.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about with my customer Travis, right? It's like it doesn't matter, man. The game could be $80-$90, man. Like look what Bill said. The game is fucking innovative and oh my gosh, right? Doesn't matter. Just give me show me the money.
when Trinan was asked about the $80 cost of some of the Nintendo Switch 2 edition games, while there is a $10 upgrade path for existing owners of the games on the Switch, and both The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Nintendo Switch 2 edition and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch 2 edition are available as part of the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack membership. Nintendo is not offering any sort of discount to newcomers on the Switch 2. They said, this is Trinigan speaking, he said, well, again, what I would say is that we just look at each individual game and we look at the content and the value of that game, and then we say, what is the right price for the value of this entertainment? What I would probably counter to some of that is that really what you're looking for at is for the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. That's the physical price for somebody that has not bought the base game. For somebody who has bought Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, the upgrade packs for those are $9.99. And if you happen to be a Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack member, both of the Zelda upgrade packs are inclusive within that membership, so there's no additional charge for those. But I think overall, our general approach is really just focusing on what's the content, what's the value, and what's an appropriate price based on that. While Trinan is saying that here's that Nintendo believes that their next-gen push is worth the price hike when you consider what video games themselves have to offer. And that's the point echoed by Piers Harding-Rolls, research director at Games at Ampere Analysis, and he told IGN Nintendo has a form when it comes to going high for the cost of their games. They said Nintendo has a bit of a history of pricing their games higher than other platforms when coming to the market later than other platforms, in this case the PS5 and the Xbox Series consoles. He says, I remember back in the day Nintendo 64 titles being more expensive than the PlayStation 1 titles, for example. Some of that is related to cost of goods, but Nintendo also likes to follow their own approach and pricing based on their own appreciation of value. So there's that. It says here, as for the current $450 price tag of the Switch 2 themselves, Trinan again pointed to the value, but also highlighted the increasing cost associated with releasing a video game console. He said, obviously the cost of everything goes up over time, and I personally would love if the cost of things didn't ever go up over time. But I think anytime you're building a new system that's got new features and new tech, there's cost associated with that. So again, we look at what is the experience on Nintendo Switch? What's the experience on Nintendo Switch 2? What are the new features that it offers? And it certainly, there's cost of goods and things that factor into that, but we try to find the right appropriate price for a product based on that. I think they're fucking crazy. Listen, man, this is gonna fly, right? People are gonna buy this Gunny and they're gonna let it go, right? No one's gonna fucking bat an eye. I'm glad people are mad because you know who's next coming up?
Who?
Let me tell you a big hint here. GTA fucking 6. What happens when Take-Two sees this and they're like, wait a minute, hold up here, hold the fuck on here. You guys are saying you got lots of value here in this fucking Mario Kart game. You're gonna charge $80? Well, we got a big ass game. We paid $2 billion to make. We want to charge you guys $200 for this game because we got a lot of content.
Yeah.
like you know what I mean? Like, hey guys, we were looking at the value of hours to content to gameplay ratio to how much stuff you can do in the game and all the little hidden secrets we put in it. Yeah, we think it's $200 worth of stuff in here.
At least, right? So then, yeah, I was watching like I don't know, whatever video today. It was like the Xbox thing talking about the variable pricing that there was like another article with like, it goes down this whole fucking rabbit hole of like how Nintendo's like doing this like variable pricing thing of like, you know, you kind of touched on it, right? So then like, yeah, speaking of like GTA and going forward with like other games, right? In the future past GTA.
You know who's gonna love this? You know who's gonna love this variable pricing shit? You know who's gonna love it?
I'm afraid to find out.
Every company, Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony, fucking Activision, motherfucking Bethesda, motherfucking think about every game coming out, dude. Oh,
Well,
Microsoft looked at Fable fucking 4 and we think there's a lot of content in this new Fable game. And we looked at the content and what
they're
Fable
already
3
doing it.
was.
They're already
We
doing it.
we looked at what Fable 3 was, Gunny, and then we looked at Fable 4 and we're like, man, this is a lot of content. Like we need to charge $90 for this thing because like this is a lot of stuff. We like Battlefield 6 coming out. You know what, man? We looked at Battlefield 2042 and then we looked at Battlefield 6 and we're like, Battlefield 6 took like 5 studios to make. And we think there's a lot of content here, so we're gonna charge you guys $100 for this game because
Yeah. I mean, they
fuck
could
you.
do. That's exactly what I was getting at. Where let's take Battlefield for example, right? Where we take Battlefield 6, right? Where they say like, okay, so we know that like games cost $69.99 in North America or whatever. Well, in United States, right? Canada, I know you're different, like pricing exchange or whatever. But let's take the $70 game, right? Of like Battlefield 6, right? Where even GTA can do this, right? When they say, well, we know we're going to update this game, and even though it's vanilla and it's going to be like, we're going to add a lot of, different like updates and changes and patches and things, and it costs us a lot of money. So therefore, we feel like, this game is definitely like $79, but really, like you should probably be paying close to 90. So then if you want the early version, like it's going to be like 90, but the base version will be $79.99. Like, I don't know. I think there will be that, right? I don't know about GTA. I don't know. I think they might be set in stone on their regular pricing, right? But I think after that, I think it depends on this year. Who knows? They might surprise us, Jesus, and actually come out, I think, in June, right? And kind of give us hopefully a price, right? During around that E3 period of time through whether it's PlayStation or Xbox or whatever. Pre-order now, here's the price. But yeah. Okay, but dialing it back to like Nintendo, oof, I don't think I like this variable pricing thing that, like whatever, like I'm trying to think of like what third party is going to be. Are they going to be 59 or 69 or whatever? Like we saw with Nintendo with Cyberpunk 2077, that game is its normal $70, but it is like probably like the Game of the Year edition. Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm not on board with this like variable pricing thing. Really not. So we need to keep games of like at its normal fucking pricing. Whatever. If it's a good game, I'm gonna give you the standard price of $69.99. Just my opinion.
This was bound to happen eventually. There was a company that was going to do it, and no one's been willing to do it because I don't want to be that guy, but Nintendo could be that guy. And if Nintendo starts it, everyone's going to follow suit. Everyone will do variable pricing. I'm talking EA is going to do it, Bethesda will do it, Activision will do it, Xbox will do it, fucking Sony will do it, motherfucking 2K will do it, Ubisoft will do it. They will all do it. They will all be like, well, fuck. I mean, shit, if you look at Rainbow Six Siege, we see a lot of value in this game. We're going to charge fucking $80 for this too. And we see GTA, and we think GTA has a lot of value. Lots of thousands of hours you can put in this game. We're going to charge you $150 for this thing. Battlefield 6, we see a lot of value in this. We put another fucking $100 in this game. FIFA, we see a lot of value in that. We see a lot of value in NFL, Madden, and fucking NBA 2K or whatever, and all that shit. We see fucking value in all these games. Like, we're gonna fucking keep adding stuff and money, and you just pay us more money. And you know what's gonna and you know what's gonna happen, Gunny? Listen, this is what's gonna happen. I think this is kind of like the next evolution of gaming, where I see these motherfuckers starting to take things like, for example, let's look at Assassin's Creed, right? You know how Assassin's Creed has a store within the game, right? That you can buy stuff, like you can buy like mounts and shit, like DLC, right? Microtransactions.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Well, they're gonna be like, well, Battlefield 6, we don't have microtransactions, Gunny. We don't have a store. We're going to just give you everything we ever make for the game. We're just going to put it in the game. But you know what? That is added value. Now that we're adding the value to the game, we're just going to charge you for it up front. Like you don't have a choice to pay for this microtransaction. You're going to get it no matter what, but you're going to pay for it up front. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. You know, like there's no, oh, I might buy that skin or I might not buy that skin for $10. No, now you're going to get the skin, but we're going to charge you up front for that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this skin, we think it costs $5. Okay, now we're charging you up front $5 for this. Like, you will have to pay it. There's no maybe I'll pay it. Maybe I'll choose to buy this. No, you will get it and you will use it, Gunny, because it's there. But we're going to start charging you for it up front because it's added value. And we think it's added value, so we're going to keep adding the cost of this to the game. Now the game is now $100 because we think there's $20 worth of skins that we added value to the game. You know what I mean?
So do you think we'll see more? Do you think we'll see more games that are like, hey, like this game starts at 79, right? And then the second tier is 89. And that third tier is 100. Do you think we'll start seeing more of those?
No,
rather than the 69, 79, 89.
I think we're gonna see $80 to $200 games.
Oof, I mean, I hope. I don't think it's going to be 200, but
I
depending.
think so. I think we're gonna see a $200 game.
Yeah, but okay. Dial it back for a minute. Nintendo's in a place of its own, right? It's on its own ecosystem. They're trying it on their whatever fucking Switch, right? Their Switch 2, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes with like PlayStation, Xbox, right? And kind of Steam, right? To see where they take it.
If the one company that could do that is
maybe Epic, I don't know.
Is Rockstar, man, with Grand Theft Auto. Like, if they came out tomorrow and said, we're charging $125 for our next game for GTA 6. That's it. We're charging $125. That is the base game. You get $125 and you get the game. Do you think people will not buy the game? Some might not.
Yeah, I guess the question is
some may be like, okay, I'll wait for a sale. I'll wait for it to go 40% off, 20% off, whatever. I'll wait for the game to drop to $80, $70 to buy it. Yeah, there'll be lots of those people. But guess what? There will also be lots of people that'll be like, I don't care. I will buy the game for $125 because I want to play it.
I want to use a better example. If, like, let's say Take-Two, right, GTA, said, okay, $99, right? $100 fucking dollars, right? To play the game 1 week early, right? But the base game is like 89. I'm thinking of something a little more reasonable, right? To say 89, I think, right? Because that's $10 more than the standard. Yeah, I think they're still going to sell like fucking 10 million copies, right? Within that first 6 months. You know, rather than the one.
Within pre-orders, they would sell 10 million copies. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
not even like a month.
And now another thing, right, that nobody ever brings up, but I feel like I'm the only one that ever brings up. They have a Rockstar launcher on the PC, right? So then they always say, like, you know what? We always do console first, PS5, you know, Xbox Series X, whatever. That's the newest consoles. And then, like, we like to wait at least, like, whatever, 6 months, 1 year, whatever, for PC, right? Because they want to make the most money. It's not that it's not ready. They always say that. It's not ready for PC yet because we focus on consoles. No, they want to double dip, triple dip. That's their strategy, right? So then, yeah, I feel like also with the Rockstar launcher, they're going to do that. That's going to be like the second tier where they'll be like, hey, guys, pre-order. It's almost available now. It's almost ready. Come play it over here on the Rockstar launcher. And then boom, right? Then they'll say, okay, now it's ready on Steam. Come play it on Steam and buy it here too. Hey, guess what? It's available on Epic. You know, like, yeah, to try to get you 3 or 4 times, you know, if they can. So yeah, good marketing strategy. So yeah, I don't know. We'll find out if like how many copies they actually sell on the Switch too.
A lot, because
it'll sell out.
they're gonna sell a lot of copies. They're gonna sell a copy of that Mario Kart game with every single Switch.
Did we talk about
Yeah.
the cart with the fucking DRM on it? I don't know if we talked about that yet.
Yeah, so there's like instead of having the game on the cart itself, you are now going to so you put the thing into your Switch. It's pretty much like a barcode, like a code. It'll scan it. It'll download the game to your Switch, which will let you give you a license to play that. But then you are able to resell that card. Like if you want to sell that card to me, you can ship it to me and I give you money for it. Then I can use that same card, put it into my Switch to download that same game and play it. Like if I bought the game, right? But you will lose access to it yourself. So you're downloading games onto your Switch with these cards, or like the cartridge, I guess, which is not really a card. I guess it's not really a cartridge.
No, I think they called it a cart instead of a cartridge. I think for legal reasons because you're selling.
Yeah, yeah. So like, it's a DRM thing where they are letting you download the game and giving you a license to play it, but then you can resell it. It's a smart way to do it because you can still resell it, which is cool. You will lose access like if you normally, like if you sold the disc, right? Like if you bought a movie and then sold it, then you lose access to the movie. But whatever, like you wanted to sell it, so you sold it. That's the same way here. You download it to your Switch. You can play it as long as the card is in your Switch, and yeah. And I think you can share games with family members, but they have to be within the same household as you, I think. And the way it'll do that is it's going to check your IP address because people were initially saying, well, wow, you can share games with your friends. It's like, yes and no. If your friend is your fucking roommate, then yeah, you can set it up where you're there in your family, of your systems, and your family or whatever, and you're all connected in the same house. You can share, like I could share, like if me and you live together, Gunny, and we both have a Switch and we set up a family thing, I can, if I buy a game, I can digitally share it with you up to 14 days at a time. So say I have Mario Kart and you don't have it, but you want to play it when I'm not playing it, I'll say, okay, Gunny, you can borrow my copy of Mario Kart, but if I want to play it when you're playing it, then it kicks you off and it lets me play it. You know what I mean? Only one person can play it at a time. So that's kind of shitty. Like, so it's not like, oh, Gunny, I have Mario Kart and you don't, but we live in the same house. Here, I'm gonna let you borrow it and you download it on your Switch, and then we could race each other. Like, it doesn't work that. Like, it will be one person using the game at the time, up to 14 days of sharing the game with the other person, and then I think it's locked to your home system. Like, it has to be your family, like within your home, like within your IP address or some shit. I don't think it's gonna let you share it with your friends across the world. Like,
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was home network or across.
I don't think I don't think it's going to let you like share it with Ryan in Canada. Like, oh, Ryan,
No, even my Xbox. Even my Xbox, I think it was, what was it? Oh no. So my Xbox, me and Ryan actually Xbox share across different regions, right? Canada, USA. But Steam does not allow me to add him to my family, and he cannot add me. So it's country whatever fucking locked. Yeah. So I see him share with my son.
In other news, move on to some more news, some YouTube news here. YouTube has started to age restrict Balatro videos for alleged gambling related content, and so that's happening now. So there's a new terms of service for YouTube, which came in effect on March 19th, which says depictions with promotions of online casinos, sites, or apps are now liable to be age restricted. So Balatro, being a poker game, casino kind of game, looking game, it's age restricted on YouTube.
Right.
You cannot watch it if you're under 18. I guess it makes sense. Whatever.
Yeah.
There's a lot
I'm
of
glad
gambling.
I'm glad they lowered like whatever the restrictions through Steam, but now YouTube's another hurdle for that game.
Yeah. So whatever. In other news, move on to some more news here. Some Microsoft news. Microsoft. Says here Microsoft has fired one of the employees who disrupted the company's 50th anniversary event.
Yeah,
Wow.
I watched a little bit of that.
In an email seen by The Verge, Microsoft told Ibtihal Abusad that their employment has been terminated due to acts of misconduct. Abusad was one of the two protesters that interrupted Microsoft's 50th anniversary event on Friday by calling Microsoft's AI CEO Mustafa Suleiman a war profiteer and demanding that Microsoft stop using AI for genocide in our region. A second protester, Vaniya Agrawal, interrupted Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, former CEO Steve Ballmer, and Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella later on in the event. Both Microsoft employees also sent separate emails to thousands of their coworkers, calling on Microsoft to cut their contracts with Israeli government. Earlier today, you interrupted a speech by Microsoft AI CEO Mustafa Suleiman during the company's 50th anniversary event in Redmond, Seattle, by yelling and finger-pointing at the CEO before a live audience of thousands of attendees, and making a hostile, unprovoked, and highly inappropriate accusations against the CEO of the company and Microsoft generally, the email said. While the CEO remained calm and attempted to de-escalate the matter, your conduct was so aggressive that you had to be escorted out of the room by security. Abusad was fired by Microsoft in Canada, while Agrawal was dismissed shortly after putting in her 2 weeks' notice before the Friday protest. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. It happens. I mean,
Yeah. I feel like Jesus, I'll say this, like, when I watch like some of the stuff with like Gaza and Israel, and I don't really like, I don't say if I don't follow it or I don't have enough knowledge on it, but like I'll say this, like I think I've said it on the show before, like I do not want to see children or people being slaughtered or killed, or whether it's in Israel or Gaza or what's that country north of it? Is it Lebanon? No, whatever it is, right? Like, I do not, yeah, it makes me sad, right? That, I'll agree. Like, war is bad and killing is bad. And, but I would say this, like, with like my employment, I'm just trying to think, like, when I read that article today and I was looking at it, and I understand there's like, whether you want to call it genocide or murder or whatever, and stuff's happening in the West Bank and the North Bank and in Jordan and all these different places. Like, I don't quite understand. Okay, so I'll say this is like, I don't think I would tell my employer like, that you're fucking terrible or whatever. Like, unless I know, like, unless I don't care if I'm getting fired, right? I guess it's an easy way to put it than say, yeah, like if I say I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to send an email or go to an open forum against my employer, like, unless I know I'm probably going to get fired for saying whatever it is against them, So I don't know. That's just how I feel, like whether they're in the war machine or not part of it or whatever, like they operate in different countries or, yeah. I don't think my company operates in different countries, but if they did, like I'd probably think twice, right, before say anything against them. Like if I was in fear of losing my job, or I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if I'd do that,
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea.
People have their opinions, I guess. In other news, Bungie will show off their first marathon gameplay this week. That's right. A teaser posted to the firm's social media platforms confirmed that new information about the game will be shared during this marathon gameplay reveal showcase on Saturday. The stream will be held on Twitch and begin at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. UK. Alongside this, several members of the media and content creators have teased that they have visited Bungie to learn more about the game, suggesting a wave of coverage will follow this reveal on Saturday. Following Marathon's announcement back in May of 2023, Bungie said that they would be going dark to focus on the game, and when we come back, we'll have gameplay to show. While the information has been sparse on the game, Bungie did release a development update on the game last year, fronted by game director Joe Siegler. Marathon sees players embodying a cybernetic mercenary known as runners, working solo or as part of three-person crews. They fight for survival and loot in a lost colony on a mysterious planet called Tau Ceti 4. No release
Alcetti.
date. No release date for the game has been shared. It was previously reported that the game was targeting the 2024 prior to a delay. Bungie and Sony are also reportedly considering a $40 price tag for Marathon, which would be kind of like in par with like what's that
Valorant.
game with Helldivers? No, Helldivers wasn't that like a $40 game?
Was it 40? Yeah, I think it might have been. So I'm thinking like Valorant. I'm thinking Helldivers.
Yeah, not a bad price.
Apex is free to play, right? I think it
They're
is.
not. I guess they're not Nintendo. They don't see the value in their game.
Right? They need to charge $80 is what they need to do.
That's what they gotta do,
Price.
bro. That's value, bro. You gotta. Now I'm gonna think this is the hobo game. I'm like, this game is not good.
Yeah.
It's only $40. Like, this is not a good game. We should not
Your
be behind
strategy.
this.
You need to watch the
And-
Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, they need to price their game at $90 because it's a lot of value, guys. Guys, we are pricing our marathon game at $90 because we see so much value in this. Like
So much
Like,
content.
when we looked
much
at it,
additions.
we're like, we should charge 40 for this. But then we looked at it again and we're like, no, this has too much value. This is too much value for $40. This is like a $90 game.
Whoa,
now.
we don't want another Conquered fucking fuck up again, okay, Jesus?
Listen, man, it's the value, Gunny. What's value to you, man? What? Who knows what value to you is? Value to you might be different from value to Sony. I don't know. Sony's value might be a different perspective from your value.
Conquer should have been free, damn it! If I didn't say that 100 times on this show. But
it's official, Gunny. It's official, Gunny. I know you've been waiting for this, but Sabrina Carpenter is coming to Fortnite Festival
I
with
saw that.
season 8.
What's
The
she
famous
wearing?
American. I don't know. She's wearing a yellow shirt and white leggings.
That's it. I don't see value in that.
There's no value in this. The famous American singer makes her Fortnite Festival debut this April 8th, tomorrow, as part of Season 8. And she'll do so with the Juno and Nonsense tracks in the Music Pass. Said pass will also include the Sabrina Carpenter outfit and bodysuit style.
Ooh, okay, I'm on board with that. I'll take the music and the
Yeah.
body outfit. That's cool.
Okay. Free rewards
play it.
include the B Splat Bass or Bass, I don't know how to say that, and the Beachy Beat Aura. That's right. She's looking very blonde with a yellow shirt and white leggings in these photos for the skin pack. Okay, Gunny? Who the fuck is Sabrina Carpenter?
I added that in because I added that into the news because it was Fortnite news.
Who the fuck is Sabrina Carpenter?
A lot of people play Fortnite in this community.
Listen, bro, I don't know who the fuck Sabrina Carpenter is. All right,
I know she sings. She sings songs. I know that. I listen to her on Spotify.
She's a good singer. She got good shit going on here.
I think so. She's like Billie Eyelash or whatever her name is. Billie Eilish.
Okay, let me give you some facts here about Carpenter, Gunny. Her birthday is on May 11th, 1999. She was born in Pennsylvania. She's 25 years old. She's been active since 2010 till now. See here, her breakthrough was in Disney. Okay.
That's right. I did. Yeah, I know that was the Disney thing, but
she was so her first acting role was in 2011 as a guest on the NBC drama Law and Order Special Victim Unit. Okay. Around the same time, she performed as part of the Hunan Broadcasting System's Gold Mango Audience Festival program in China, singing Something's Got a Hold on Me. In the summer of 2012, she had a role on the sitcom The Goodwin Games and appeared in Horns and recorded Smile for the compilation album Disney Fairies Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust. Okay, and the song charted on Radio Disney. Okay. She was casted in Disney Channel's Girl Meets World, She's a spinoff of Boy Meets World, which consisted of 72 episodes. And then she made her own theme song for that show. And yeah, favorite, let's hear big music that she got going on here. I guess this year she made a song called Espresso. Or is that an album? I don't fucking know. Espresso. Yeah, so the top Billboard Global 200 songs and top Billboard Global, I guess. Last year she made Cupid and Nonsense. And yeah, Espresso.
Espresso,
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard the song Cupid by her, Gunny?
Yes. Yeah, it's a good
You
song.
have? Good song, okay. How about
Yeah.
Nonsense?
Yes, same.
How about
It was
Let Me Move You?
probably. I don't remember.
How about Sweet Tooth?
No.
How about let's see, What a Girl Wants
Yes, of course.
with Christina Aguilera?
Yep. Like a remake or whatever. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Spotify. I don't know. Just whatever pop songs, whatever. Come on. Yeah, with Aguilera.
Okay.
I've seen the videos
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
So she's been on Broadway on the show Mean Girls. Her role was Katie Heron, and that was on Broadway. And then she also did Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, A Pirate's Christmas, and she played the role of Wendy Darling, and that was at the Pasadena Playhouse.
Yeah, I think I saw something on the Today Show or something with her on Broadway.
And she's also in a video game, Gunny. She's a coach in Just Dance Kids 2 from 2011. She was a coach. She taught people how to dance in Just Dance.
You know, I'm on the Twitter X, Jesus. The Twitter X.
Oh, the Twitter
the X
X,
Twitter,
okay.
the Elon X or whatever you want to call it. So
Okay.
I see a lot of Sabrina Carpenter news and music. And
wow.
so I kind of get the base of like what she's doing next and what game she's going to be in. And
You're on
I'm
the
hip,
pulse.
man. I'm a hip old guy.
You're on the pulse with the Sabrina Carpenter news.
Yeah, like I see all the pictures and images of her and stuff. Yeah.
I didn't even know who the fuck she was, dude. I don't think I've ever heard a song of hers. Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, so I kind of I get the visual of like when I see like a whatever it is, a clip or a video on YouTube or X or whatever. So that's why I added it for you Fortnite kids into Sabrina Carpenter.
I'm trying to see who are the top female singers. She's on there. Sabrina Carpenter is on that list.
Oh, what is her name? Jesus, the gosh, I'm trying to think of her name. This is a black woman. Another one that's been trending for a while. Not Taylor Swift, of course, but
Beyonce.
no, I mean she's number one apparently. Number one in like country album. I didn't even know she made a country album. I am not joking.
She got that.
I did not know she made a song.
That This Is Texas song. You haven't heard that? You have to have heard that song.
Oh, yeah.
This is Texas or some shit.
Yeah, I swear I heard that song, but I didn't even know that she sang it until recently.
Yeah, that's Beyonce, bro. That's her number one AI country song.
AI country? Yeah, like it's not even her, right? Or is it her? I don't know.
Oh, wow. Big news I got for you, Gunny, though. The PS5 is shielded from the Trump tariffs for the time being. That's right. The manufacturer already took a series of preventative measures, Gunny, to protect themselves from any impending moves by the U.S. government. That's right. They're like 5 steps ahead of Trump, all right? Over there at Sony, all right? Listen, Sony is so ahead of the game. They're ahead of the president, Gunny, okay? Listen, they doubled their supply chains and they stockpiled their hardware in order to give themselves a buffer. This strategy will buy the platform holders some time as it works through existing inventory before they're affected by any tariffs. But this will not last forever, Gunny. All right? Because majority of PS5 consoles, Gunny, guess where they're made? China, Gunny.
Yeah, I would think.
Right?
But they got different Foxconn facilities. I don't know about like production facilities, but they're like in Colorado, they're in Ohio.
Listen, if they're made in China
Illinois.
and they'll be subject to a rate of 54% tariff, okay, it could potentially manufacture U.S. units exclusively in Japan, which will lower their rates to 24%, but they will still likely result in higher hardware prices for American consumers. So it says here, Nico Partners analyst Daniel Ahmad explained, the firm would need to evaluate how these tariffs impact current profit margins and how much they will need to increase their hardware prices for the consumer. There could also be a potential impact on the accessories and game pricing, depending on how Sony wants to pass on their cost. The good news is that the initial stockpiling Japan manufacturing, PS5 being mid to late gen at this point, and PS5 Pro likely being priced at $700 in anticipation of some potential tariff impact, means that even with the price increase, the increase may not be as significant as it would be for new tech products. Okay.
Huh?
Okay. All right. What do you think? Okay. So do the math here, Gunny. All right. Say the Switch 2 goes up 25% in price from $499. Oh man. Oh man.
$449, right?
Yeah. So $450. 25% of that is $112. So now we're looking at a price of $562 for a Switch. No,
So they'll probably do.
No one's buying that, Gunny. No one's spending. Yeah. I mean, I guess crazy people might. The hardcore Nintendo fans will, but like.
Yeah, that's a little like. Now it's more than an Xbox and a PlayStation and an X.
That's insane,
and
dude.
a PS5 vanilla. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's definitely for the hardcore.
500. That's only a 25% tariff. Imagine if they did a 50% fucking tariff. That's like $200 more.
What did I read today or listened today? I was like doing more gaming stuff, but I don't know. Like, I guess even whatever, I don't get it, Jesus. Maybe we can talk about it another time, but they were talking about like reciprocal tariff or whatever on China, whatever they said. I think it was 29 or 39%. And Trump said, I'll do 50%. So it brought it up to like 104%, but it was all like a pissing match thing or whatever. So like, okay, I'll give you an example. Like I need to get a new iPhone, Jesus. I think I have the 11, whatever.
Tariffs on your phone, man.
Yeah. So then it brought it up to, so the Pro Max was like, I think it brought it up to like 3,500. So then with that 104%, like I forgot what news network was bringing it up to like damn near like, it was like $4,500. And I was like, okay, so I know that we don't pay up front for the cost of the phone, whether it be through AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, whatever the fuck it was, right? So then I was like, okay, I know I'm going to be like that monthly cost that it's going to cost me. If I wait, like it's going to be insane, right? Like I'm going to be paying I'm probably paying like, I guess for 3 phones, right? I'm probably paying over $250 a month, right? For services and phones. So I'm like, I need to get that freaking new iPhone like within the next couple weeks at least. Because I know, Jesus, I know this for a fact that iPhones and Androids and whatever and Google phones or whatever it might be. So not only do they come over by boat, but I know that they also come over via airplane. Right. So that's going to change like rapidly because I know my brother-in-law, I used to go with him and we would go to the San Francisco International Airport and he didn't have an airport. What do you call it? Like the airport license, right? Where you can go onto the tarmac. So we had to wait off and I'd be like, what are we picking up today? And he's like, oh, like a bunch of phones and like bicycle parts that are like, the very expensive ones or whatever. Like, yeah. And I'm like, really? Telephones? Like cell phones? He goes, yeah. Like he goes, sometimes they come over by the boat and sometimes they come by plane, like however they get them here. So I know that tariff is going to go up really fast. So I need to get one quick, so within the next couple weeks, hopefully I can avoid that tariff, So I wonder too about consoles, like if they ever come over via airplane or they always come over via ship and whatever, I don't know. And then the other thing, Jesus, I want to mention is like, I do want to eventually get the PS5 Pro, so maybe even sooner now, right? So then I'm thinking like I need to
I was
trade
thinking
in.
the same thing. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, I really should just get it like right now.
I got 3 consoles I can trade in right now. I've got my Series S Xbox. I've got my
But
One
maybe
X.
Gunny. But listen, Gunny. Maybe you hold on to them consoles, and then the bid value goes up
Maybe my PS4. Maybe.
because bro, no tariffs, bro. You gotta add the tariff trade in value.
Yeah, I've got the PS4 Pro. Maybe that might go up $30 if that. So
Listen, Gunny. You want to know why Trump put a tariff on Antarctica, even though like
Antarctica,
Wait, yeah, it's mostly covered with penguins. Like nobody really lives there.
penguins.
Listen, you want to know why he did that?
No,
Because
yeah.
he doesn't want China to go through other countries to ship to the U.S. So he's putting tariffs on everything. He's like, "Fuck you! We're putting tariffs on every country in the world. That way, China cannot go through any other country to come at us." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess
That's
he
what
could drop it off in Mexico. I don't know. Somewhere in South America.
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
Could, yeah, possibly, right?
Tariffs, bro.
Uruguay or somewhere.
Big trade war is coming. All right, listen, we got a big trade war with China. This shit's gonna get wild. I think, man. Like, I don't think people are realizing just how expensive things might just get because of all this shit. You think about all of our stuff comes from like China, dude. Almost like everything we make or everything we use comes from China. Like, so many things come from China.
All right, so
Unless
Jesus,
the
so my
unless the
business,
U.S. starts building fucking millions of factories here, big factories where we can start making all kinds of shit, we're gonna be
not going to
hurting
happen.
for a while.
Not going to
We're
happen.
gonna be hurting. I think it'll happen, but it won't be
I
like
don't think it's
right
going to
away,
happen.
like
I think
people
that,
think.
well, okay, so certain things are going to happen, but others are not because Trump is only a one term. He's only got the one term. So I think, just as my opinion, I think if Trump had the 2 terms, right, if he can do the 8 years, then yes. So I did see an article today talking about like Nike shoes or whatever. You know, we'd build a factory in the US to make shoes like we did like 40 years ago. Like, but then it would still be more money, right? Even with the whatever the tariffs, like whatever. So then I get it. But I'll go back to my business, Jesus, of like I deliver most of my truck, Jesus, is tequila from Mexico. You can only get it from Mexico, right? And then whiskey, right? So then that's what I deliver to the bars, the restaurants, the bowling alleys, the whatever, right? So then like half of that whiskey, guess where it comes from? Canada, right? So then I deliver all the Crown and you name it. And so I did have maybe, well, okay, me personally, right? Me out of like 80 drivers or whatever, I had 3 customers that were like, they literally fucking ordered like a year and a half's worth of like whiskey and tequila. Like they just did the panic buy. So crazy, right? That they actually purchased all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Like, you know, and I'm just learning all this stuff of like, what is the current rate of like tariffs, right? I didn't know. So then I kind of learned that stuff too. You know, as I go on of like, oh, is it 0? I guess it is 0 for Canada and Mexico. It currently is. So I don't know, but I think China was 8%. So then yeah, so now it's kind of like Trump's come out with this list of stuff of like a base of 10%. So I don't know. I feel like I feel like I need to make some moves quick, me personally, with like, oh, so I'll mention this too. I'm glad, Jesus, I did buy this gaming PC when I did, right? How long has it been now? Maybe 5 months. I think 5 months ago I bought this gaming PC. Me and my kid. You know, we spent probably close to $3,000 each a piece. So that would have been probably $5,000, right, for each of us, right? With like building our PCs with like, you know, our graphics cards and you know, he went with a full new build of like almost like 3,300. So yeah, like crazy, right? So then it would have been way more money. So yeah. I don't know. I think Nintendo's like, yeah, I get it. Like they're Probably. I guess they did have to announce it on that day that they did through the direct, and then they
had it
probably already knew.
scheduled, right? They had it scheduled already.
They had it scheduled, yeah.
They couldn't just say, "Oh,
Nothing
fuck
they
it,
can
we're
do.
not gonna." We lied to you, April Fools, guys. We lied. We have nothing to announce.
Yeah, and I bet they probably. I'll bet you, Jesus. I'm sure in their like talks in their conference room, like, should we wait until May, until June? You know, wait till June, and then we'll announce something. Like, we'll wait till like things cool down, or Trump has decided to do what he's going to do with tariffs or whatever. So,
Yeah.
nah, fuck it. We got to announce this shit now. So, yeah. Then we'll delay it.
Speaking of crazy shit going on in the world, did you know that in a world first, Gunny, they brought back an extinct animal to life? That's right.
Woolly mammoth?
Colossal Bioscience says, which is a company based in Texas, has brought back from extinction the dire wolf.
Hell
They
yeah.
used DNA from like, I don't know, some fossil or some shit, mixed it and cloned it with wolf DNA, which is like a descendant from the dire wolf. And 3 pups were born. 3 dire wolves are now alive. And this is the first de-extinction event ever in the history of mankind.
Dude, how much are those worth? I watched the video this morning, I swear, and I thought it was
want a dire wolf. I want one. $20 million. I wish I had it because I would buy a dire wolf. Listen, man, if I was Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, I'd be like, how much is one of those motherfuckers? I want one now.
Yeah. Yeah, give me one. It's fucking mating with my fucking German
one,
Shepherd
guy.
right now.
Yeah, dire wolf pups. You thought pit bulls were the shit? Be my dire wolf, motherfucker. Oh, fuck. Dude, they say that the next thing they're going to be working on is bringing back a fucking mammoth. Listen, Gunny, why the fuck do we need mammoths? Like what are we going to do with them things? What are we doing with them things, Gunny? Besides putting them in a cage in a zoo somewhere, we're going to let them free? Like, where are we going to let them free at?
Are they going to like roam with the fucking elephants or
are we going to just ship them to like fucking Africa and release them and like, all right, the mammoths are alive. Bring them. We're gonna ship them around the world and bring them back to the world. Like, no, like in my opinion, right? This is my opinion, all right? I don't know about other people. It's a cool thing, right? That we can bring back extinct species from history to life. But Gunny, big but here. In my, I guess, knowledge of things from learning things in my whole life, I guess, if something's gone extinct, it's gone extinct because it didn't have enough food, or it got hunted to death, or humans got in the way, or something. We destroyed their habitat or something. You know what I mean? Like, or some crazy mass extinction event happened in the world. You know,
like the Ice Age.
Or a fucking meteor hit the earth like the fucking dinosaurs. Or the Ice Age, like you said, Gunny. Or humans fucking hunted the thing to death and now we killed all of them and we don't have any left. Yeah. Okay, something happened to kill these things. Like, we shouldn't be bringing them back. We're fucking with God's will, bro. Like, seriously, we are. We're like, this is crazy shit. All right, like, there's been movies made about this. Jurassic Park is about this shit, okay? Bringing back shit that doesn't belong on our planet back to our planet. That you know, like, it doesn't belong here anymore. It's extinct for a reason, dude. Like, there's been 5. They think in the history of the world, Gunny, on this planet, there's been 5 mass extinctions, right? 5. Where, like, 90% of the world or 80% or more of the world's population at the time died. Like, gone. Fucking gone. Just boom, like in 1 minute, everything's gone. Like, maybe not in a minute, but like, you know, within like a fucking year, everything's dead. Right? It's only like 10% of the fucking world population survive and life goes on, right? Listen, we don't need to bring these motherfuckers back, Gunny, okay? We don't need to bring them back.
What's the worst that can happen with with the dire wolf, though? I mean, come on, it's so innocent. They're so cute.
There's big fucking 10-foot fucking wolf coming at you when you're out hunting. How about that, Gunny? How about some motherfucker attacking you with the dire wolf? Yeah,
We have
like
guns,
no, bro.
Jesus. We have guns. We have
Yeah, listen,
guns.
you're fucking gunning on do shit against them. A dire wolf could probably run really fast and get to you before you even pull out your gun to shoot at it. All right, like the motherfuckers are quick.
Are you saying they're
Listen,
predators? Like
they might be. How do we not know they're not? How do we know they're not
Yeah.
predators?
Yeah.
How do you not know that? Okay, good. Were you alive when the
I
dire
mean,
wolves were
they are
around?
vicious dogs, right? I mean, that's the
They were
whole.
alive. Listen, Gunny, they've been extinct for over 12,500 years. I don't think any of us know if a dire wolf is a fucking human fucking hunter or not. I don't know. Are they prey or predator, Gunny? I'm pretty sure they're a fucking predator more than a fucking prey, all right?
That's where we feed them, right? We breed them and then we feed them. We feed them good food, so they're not
Hey,
chomping our fucking heads
this
off.
is this animal with big teeth that's really fast and strong and really good at hunting, and his fucking descendants, the wolf, is really good at hunting. Are these guys predators or prey? I don't know, Gunny. The fuck?
Yeah.
Listen, their descendant isn't a fucking cat meowing on their fucking doorstep. It's a motherfucking dog. All right, it's a wolf. They're predators, dude. All right, we're not gonna domestic. Then they're trying to. What are they gonna do? Domesticate these things? What are they gonna do with them? Stick them in a zoo?
I mean, I'd
What are
probably
they,
put a sweater on one if it gets cold.
Kenny? What are they gonna do with dire wolves, bro? Tell me what.
I could put a leash on one. I'm sure it would
Hey
be
guys,
fine.
we brought. Yeah, you're gonna walk your dire wolf. That motherfucker.
In the park with the kids? Sure.
Yeah, yeah. No worries, guys. It's just a wolf. He's friendly.
I could probably take him to school, right? When, show off my new direwolf. Got a diamond bracelet on his neck.
Listen, dire wolves were larger than the modern gray wolf, Gunny. They weighed an average of around 150 to 200 pounds. All right. They had a height of around 38 inches, which is that's 3 feet?
Yeah.
And a length of 69 inches, Gunny. All right. 69 fucking inches, Gunny. That's over 5 feet fucking long, dude. That's crazy. All right. Oh, fuck. That's
You get him chipped, Jesus. You get him chipped. Put a leash on him. Get a little flea collar.
Get him the rabies shot. Yeah. How much does a dire wolf vet appointment cost? Hey guy, imagine calling the vet. I need you to see my pet. Oh yeah, what kind of pet is it? It's a wolf. Oh yeah, what kind of wolf? A dire wolf.
He's probably like, do you have insurance? Yeah.
We don't have any vet that can watch your dire wolf or even know how to diagnose it correctly. It's a fucking dire wolf. We no one's ever learned how to treat these things before.
Yeah, right. We could do it through video chat, maybe. Yeah. Not in real person. Crazy.
Listen, these things have been extinct over 10,000 years, Gunny, okay? Okay? That's crazy.
That is nuts, right? Remember they try, well, I don't know if they try, but they did try to like clone this. Maybe that's different, right? Where they tried to clone the sheep back in early 2000s. Might have been early 2000s, late 90s. I don't remember when that was, but
yeah.
This might be a little different, right? Where
it might be the same fucking company, because this is the company now they're saying they're going to do a fucking mammoth next. Because this is the company.
Dude. You seen that in my lifetime?
This is the company that a few years ago they did like the woolly mammoth DNA, but they stuck it in a mouse. They like made like a rat mammoth, and they said like,
no,
yeah, the DNA.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, they did. They were like, because they were testing to see if they could extract DNA from like a fossil and put it into a baby rat, like an embryo, and see if it would grow, like the DNA would attach itself to the embryo and work. And it did. It did work. It worked just like they thought it would. They were like, this is a mammoth rat, like a woolly mammoth rat thing.
Okay, that's like an infestation I would not want to happen in my town.
Bro, they got the woolly mammoth rat things, and like, yeah, they're gonna bring back all this shit. They're gonna bring back the mammoths. They're gonna bring back the Siberian tiger. They're gonna bring back all that shit, right, Gunny? They're gonna bring
I
it
feel
all
like the
back.
one that would not fly with me, pun intended, would be like the pterodactyl, right? Was that like Jeff in that movie? Well, like we said, like in Jurassic Park, where he's like, "That's not good," where it like flies away and like goes to the mainland in U.S. or wherever it went. You know,
Just fucking. Hey guys, we've cloned a pterodactyl, but it escaped because we didn't think that it knew how to fly yet, and it fucking flew off. We can't catch
right?
it.
It's over New York City now, so good luck.
Good luck. It
It's
might breed
hungry.
with the other. It might breed with other birds. We don't fucking know. It's out there in the wild. We don't know how to track it. We didn't chip it before it took off.
Hey, we've got a good military; they can shoot it down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess send an F-16 against a fucking a flying pterodactyl.
The osprey and the fucking tank, and yeah, it'd make for a good movie. Oh wait, there's
Oh, fuck.
there's 1,000 of them now. So sorry, we didn't mean just one.
I'm sorry, guys. We cloned too many of them. They all
They fucking
escaped.
procreated. Yeah, they fucking
We made one that can procreate without a fucking any other male species. It just makes its own babies by itself. We're fucked. We cloned the wrong thing. Sorry, guys.
it just
We
lays
fucked
eggs
up.
everywhere. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. They're making the Tasmanian tiger.
Oh
They're
yeah,
gonna bring
yeah,
that back.
yeah. That'd be awesome.
Oh no,
Bring it
man.
on, man.
It doesn't sound very awesome to bring all this dead shit back. Like
Right?
I don't know, bro. Like that doesn't seem very cool. But you know what these guys are trying to figure out, right? You know what their whole goal is because they said that they use cloning technology to do this. You know what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to figure out how to clone humans eventually. That's what they're
Eeks.
trying to do.
That would be weird, right? To see them do that.
They're going to eventually figure it out. If they figured out how to do this shit, think about why would it be so hard to clone a human, Gunny? Hey, we brought back George Washington from the dead. He's back, guy. We brought the
Damn.
president back. He's back. He's alive. King George Washington is back. Woo! We don't
Napoleon,
need
he's back.
presidents. Yeah, we're bringing back all these dead people. We're bringing back Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, they're gonna try to clone Jesus Christ one day, bro. They're gonna be like, yeah, we found some DNA. We think this is Jesus's blood, and we're gonna fucking clone him. Yeah, we're gonna bring him back. He doesn't want to come back himself. We'll just bring him back by force. Think about that
Damn.
shit. What's stopping them from doing that?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, right?
they find some fucking tooth or some DNA somewhere, some blood somewhere, some dried blood or some shit. Hey, this is Jesus's blood. We're gonna fucking clone him, and we're bringing him back. All right, we're bringing him back. He's gonna become alive again. And
Hey, as long as he's doing miracles, I'm happy. My cancer's cured. I'm good. Yeah.
he's gonna be healing the blind and everything. Just walking around. This guy he's a miracle worker. He's just making miracles happen left and right.
But it's not really him, right? It's just his like clone.
His clone, yeah. So is there really Gunny? If they clone you, who's the real you anymore?
Yeah, I'd be gone, right? It'd just be
Who's the
new
real
me,
you, man? Who's the real you? Is the new you or you?
right? With my consciousness being there, or like what?
Yeah, do you have to
My
teach it
memories?
who you are? Yeah, like is it the memory or the memories there, or is it just like a
I would
blank
think not, right?
slate?
Like I'm probably not the memories, right? But like I guess, yeah.
The way you talk, the way you sound, the way you think, maybe the way you process shit. I don't know, man. Like that's a whole thing, Gunny. The whole thing
Yeah,
to think about.
I wonder if would I still be a gamer, or like would I be what would I be?
Give me some fucking gym nerd.
Gym nerd.
Be at
Or
the
like a gym coach, maybe
a gym rat, just fucking at the gym all day long, pumping
making
steroids.
steroids. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, injecting in your ass, fucking steroids. Yeah, I'm big Gunny. Yeah,
Got my fucking 20-inch fucking guns going. Yeah.
yeah, fucking, I'm big Gunny guy. Yeah, that's telling you, man. That's their next step. Is they're gonna fucking find blood of Jesus Christ and they're gonna bring him back. Who else would they want to bring back from the past? Think about it, like in historical context. who would be the other person they would want to bring back from the dead besides like George Washington or like Cleopatra or some fucking crazy leader from the past, right? Like they're gonna start there, right? If they could do anything, they could do Jesus, all right? And if they could do Jesus, they could do anything else. You know, no one's gonna stop them. Who's gonna stop them, Gunny?
What would, yeah, like I'm thinking like, who's that guy? His name escapes me, but the guy from China, like in the Ming Dynasty, like probably one of the dictators or whatever you want to call him. Like, I like
Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan. Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
The guy that like
since I've been playing Assassin's
conquered
Creed
the
here.
whole world.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
He's Mongolian. Mongolian. Yeah, he's gonna fuck, yeah, man. Bring back all these dead people. Hey, we brought back Michael Jackson.
Oh my gosh.
Think about
Can you
it.
imagine
Think
like
about
like
it.
a zombie Michael Jackson? Yeah.
Not even a zombie Michael. Think about like if they could bring. Okay, listen, Gunny. If they can bring back. Listen, they get like some DNA, right? Because I'm sure there's some Michael Jackson blood or spit or something somewhere. They could find it, and they could be like, "Oh, not even that. They use his kids. Be like, hey, you have his DNA in you. We're gonna clone his DNA out of you and make a clone, and we're bringing your dad back from the dead. But guess what? All he's gonna do now is sing and dance because he's owned by Universal Records."
But he's a fucking,
And all he
he's
does
like a
is sing
French
and
chef
dance.
this time. Like I don't know, he's a French chef this time around.
No, this time around he's still a singer, but all he does is sing and dance. He doesn't know how to do anything else. He just sings and dances and performs. And if he dies, we'll just clone him again, and he'll restart singing and dancing and everything. And he'll never get tired because he'll have 10 different clones doing 10 different shows at the same time. And we'll call it the Michael Jackson Super World Mega Tour, where he's performing in 10 different locations at the same time because there's 10 clones of him.
And this time he lives to be 150.
Yeah, he'll live forever because he'll never age because we cloned him.
Yeah.
If he ages, we'll just clone him again to when he was young. And then fucking bring him back.
Version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4.
Yeah, just keep him young. Think about that. If companies could get away with that, they would. If you become famous enough and you sign your rights away to some company, some fucking entertainment fucking shit like Amazon or Netflix or something, and they could just keep making content out of you, they would. And they would just keep making kill you and clone you and make more content out of you, and they'll never run out of content. And they'll be the same actors forever, Gunny. The same actors, same movie actors, same singers, same everything forever.
So wait, Jesus. So when me and you are like, when I'm in the nursing home and you're just about to enter the nursing home, we're going to see Michael Jackson on a fucking woolly mammoth, fucking going down Main Street in Portland.
We're dire wolves
singing Beat It.
Yeah, singing Beat It, just beat it. Dancing with some dire wolves next to him.
And I'll be like, I used to do a video game podcast with a guy named Jesus, smokes a lot. We talked about this very same scenario happening.
We talked about this back in the 2020s. We talked about this.
2025 to be exact.
Back in the 20s, we talked about this kind of stuff. We knew it was going to happen.
We knew it would happen.
Yeah, we knew it.
Well ahead of our time in the video game horrible podcast.
Oh man, this is the future, bro. We're gonna have dancing Michael Jackson on top of a woolly mammoth.
Yeah,
with fucking dire wolves next to him. All right, we have fucking. Oh man, it's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna fucking happen. I'm telling you. There's one motherfucker they bring back. It's Michael Jackson, bro.
Yeah, he's got to come. Him and Elvis, I feel like have to come back.
Yeah, they bring back Elvis too. You know who else they would bring back? Walt Disney. They bring that crazy motherfucker. That motherfucker froze himself to be like, hey, bro, maybe it did not work the way you thought it would, but we brought you back. We brought you back. Yeah.
Walt Disney like, back. Why the fuck did we buy fucking Star Wars? Who did that?
Who fuck is this? What the fuck is this Star Wars shit? Why did we spend $2 billion on this? What the fuck? What the fuck happened? What's going on here? Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking crazy time, dude. In the future, man. Think about it. They're gonna ban people being born. They're gonna ban everything. They're gonna ban everything, Gunny, because there's gonna be clones and genetically modified people and genetically modified foods with your genetically modified pets. Everything's fucked. The future, Gunny. I'm just saying.
It is. Yep. We called it
You know,
right here.
you know you can clone your pet right now, right? Like if you have a pet, you can clone it. If someone
No.
to die. Yeah, like my girlfriend was looking into this. I'm not even kidding. Because we have a dog, right? And he's kind of getting older. Like he's not really old, but he's not a puppy, but he's like in his like early old ages, right? Like he's like an adult grown dog. And I told her, like, you realize he probably has like I would give him probably at best 10 or 6 more years to live, but he probably in reality has like 4 or 5 years left to live. I told her these dogs don't live that long. And she was like, but I don't want him to die. And I was like, well, he's going to die. It's part of life. She was like, no. She's like, what if I clone him? I was like, what? And sure enough, there is a company out there, Gunny, that you can legit send your dog's blood samples to this company and they will clone your fucking dog for $50,000.
Whoa. I did not know that.
And they will look exactly like your dog, or your cat. I think they could do cats and dogs. And they will look exactly like your cat or exactly like your dog. Like the same everything, like the same hair, the same looks. But I was reading reviews about this thing, right? I was like, oh, there ain't no fuck. I was like, ain't no fucking way this is real. And it is real. And I was looking at reviews about this shit in videos, and people were saying, like, yeah, this is my clone dog, but he doesn't act the same as my other dog. Like, because they don't have, like you said, Gunny, they don't have the same memories.
Right.
So when I first got this dog, he acted like a puppy again, but he acted like a new puppy, like I didn't know him, like I had to teach him everything, and he's not the same. He doesn't have the same, like, I guess, attitude and the same mannerisms that my other dog did. Even though he looks exactly like my old dog, he is way different from my old dog. He's his own version of a dog. You know what I mean? So these people were saying, like, I think I wasted my money. I should have just got a new dog. Because it's like having a whole new dog instead of paying, you know what I mean? Like, I paid $50,000 for this motherfucker to look like my old dog, but all he does is looks like him. He doesn't act like him at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Looks, hair, eyes. Yeah.
Everything is there. Yeah,
Teeth.
the hair, the eyes, the teeth. It all looks like your old dog, but it's not acting like your old dog. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck? Like that is crazy. But like you're right. What humans would be the same way, right? Unless, like you said, unless they figure out how to transfer like your entire memory, what has made you today, into a new body that looks like you, it would be impossible. I think it'd be impossible to clone like a perfect human. You know what I mean? Unless, like I said, you made a specific version of a human, like, for example, a Michael Jackson entertainment human, where all he knows is how to dance and sing, and all you teach that clone is how to dance and how to sing, then yeah, maybe you'll be able to get just entertainment out of him. He won't be a dad. He won't be a Michael Jackson that likes roller coasters or theme parks like he had in his backyard. You know what I mean? Like, he'll be an entertainer and a singer, and he'll dance and be able to sing like Michael Jackson, but he won't be Michael Jackson like Michael Jackson was Michael Jackson. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's the crazy part about cloning. And like, I never even thought about it. My girlfriend was dead serious. I told my girlfriend, if you clone our fucking dog, I'm done, dude. Like, I ain't doing this shit. I will kill that motherfucker. I was like, ain't no fucking way, dude. I'm letting you spend 50 grand on cloning a fucking dog. Ain't no fucking way, dude. We're gonna take out a loan. Well, what's the loan for? Yeah, we want to clone our fucking pet. Can you imagine going to the bank? Hey, we need $50,000 to clone our fucking pet. Yeah, we want to clone this motherfucker right now. Yeah. We're going to send his blood to this company and they're going to make a new version of him. And you know the crazy part is, Gunny? They don't send you the puppy, the new dog, till your dog dies.
I would think, right? Like, they would have to.
Like they wait till your dog dies and then they send you the new one. And they're like, hey, this is the puppy of your new dog, of your old dog. This is the puppy version of him. It's fucking crazy.
That's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I heard them doing it with
Oh.
like whatever sheep, and then they did it with like cattle or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure they, like I said, that was early 2000s, so now it's 2025. So I'm wondering, like, yeah, like I'm sure they've come a long way since then.
Yeah.
Insane.
I'm looking at this company. It's called Viagen Pets and Equine.
Equine?
Equine. I don't know how to pronounce it. EQUINE. Take the first time-critical step and order your genetic preservation biopsy kit. Clone your dog. We know that many dog owners have questions about cloning their dogs. A cloned dog is a simply genetic twin of your dog, born at a later date. The cloned twin will share many of the key attributes of your current dog, often including their intelligence, their temperament, and their appearance. The genetic identity of the cloned dog is identical to the original dog. That is crazy.
Yeah. I can definitely see the appearance, yeah.
I don't see the attitude, bro. Like, I think the attitude would be so different of a dog, right? Because
It might. I
how
would
you
think you'd
raise him.
notice it. I would think you'd notice it. Yeah, like the difference in attitude, mannerisms.
Yeah. I don't.
Maybe not. I don't know.
And
Maybe to the owner, it wouldn't make a difference.
And guess where this company is located, Gunny? Texas, where that other company is. The company that just made these dire wolves. They're in Texas too.
Oh shit! Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh wait, so these guys clone dogs and horses.
Yeah, I think I mentioned cattle, so then like it was like horses or something like that.
So it says here, an equine, EQUINE, equine. It's a horse.
Yeah. I was thinking like esquidnary. I forgot the name of the word, but yeah, it was like horses. Yep.
It says here, if you're ready to make a purchase but would like to speak with the Viagen Pets representative before proceeding, please let us know. Let's see how much a purchase is, Gunny. A final payment for one animal. View my cart. I gotta see how much a horse costs. $42,500 fucking dollars. God damn.
Yeah.
What the? Oh no, they clone cats too. They got cats on the list. They got cat and dog. Holy shit.
You know, because that's how people are, right? Especially with their dogs, with their probably a certain small number of people with their horses, like with, hey, it's family, right? It's not exactly a pet, it's family.
Yeah. Like they've been there for a quarter of your life, 10% of your life, half of your life. Maybe in some cases they've been there for the whole life of your kid. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
your kid was born and you bought a puppy, and they've been there their whole life for your child. Like, so you think about it as a family member. Your kid thinks of it as a family member.
Yep.
Man. Like, they got all these client stories. They got all these photos of all these dogs. What the fuck? This is crazy, Gunny. Gunny, we're on some fucking like rabbit hole right now, bro. Of dog cloning.
But I saw that too with like the horse thing too, with the EST, what word that I can never pronounce. Yeah. I was like, what? Clone your horse? You can clone cows too, by the way. I was like, what? I don't think many people have pet cows, but that was a thing as well.
It says here, this one person put, we love Maltesers so very much. She has moved countries with our family, gotten us through a painful divorce, and has been an emotional support to myself and my daughter after a glass door shattered on my head in 2014, leaving me with a traumatic brain injury. To be her owner is a privilege. She is steady and funny and warm and very intelligent with the naughty streak. We wanted to breed her, but my brain injury made it too difficult to care for two dogs at once. Knowing that a very close genetic match to her will be available for us when she passes means so much to me and my children. Thank you. That is just fucking crazy.
If you got the money, go for it, I guess. I don't know about your girlfriend doing that with the dog.
I don't want to let her do it, man. I told her like it doesn't seem
taxidermy.
natural.
Okay, I'm sorry. Tell her taxidermy.
I told her about. She doesn't want to do that. She's like, I don't want to see him stuffed. I was like,
you don't want to see him on the wall or anything, or
you want to see him walking around.
By the way, you can.
But you want to see a different version of him walking around, like not him, but it's not him, but it's him. Like you're gonna just ignore the fact that he died.
You can stuff them or nowadays. You know how before Jesus, like you can do like you put them on the wall and like they give them different eyes or whatever, and they preserve it or whatever really well. But now you can do it like where it's like it looks like a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know. I had not much evolved, but yeah, I've seen that too. Not seen it personally, but on the internet.
They even
So it
have
looks
they even have an emergency protocol. Like if your dog dies and you wanted to clone him, but you didn't do the thing while he was alive, they tell you here, Gunny. Okay, listen. Do not you can refrigerate, but do not freeze the animal. Okay, Gunny, do not freeze him. You can get a sample 5 days post mortem. You will need a razor, a sterilizing agent, sterile gauze, a scalpel blade, tweezers, a marker, sterile blood tubes, sterile container lids, sterile saline, ice packs, styrofoam box, a newspaper or bubble wrap, a storage agreement, and a biopsy form. And you need at least one ear sample is required.
I keep that in my silverware drawer, so no problem.
Yeah,
Hey, come on.
You're ready to make a special fucking emergency surgery on a dead animal. Fucking, we gotta clone this motherfucker right now. Yeah,
like I'm gonna keep him next to the gallon of milk. Come on, seriously?
Like all these medical equipment shit. Yeah, bro. God, I don't.
Good thing I'm a drug chemist. I keep all this fucking shit in my fucking house. Come on.
Oh, fuck. All right, Gunny. Well, I guess we're done with the show. We talked about cloning pets, about bringing back extinct animals, about Switch 2 charging fucking $80 for games that are not worth it, probably, and how other game companies are going to follow suit because if Nintendo does it, they could do it too. I'm looking at you, EA.
I hope not. I hope not.
Dude,
I hope. Come on, EA.
EA
Come on,
loves
Take
money,
Two.
bro. They love money. If one thing these publicly traded companies love, especially right now that the stocks are all crashing, it's money, Gunny. Okay, they love money. All right, yeah, and that's what it is.
All right, Jesus, I'm getting yelled at over here. It's getting
All
late.
right, Gunny, where can we find you, Gunny?
Okay, before you go find me, guy. Yeah, I just want to say that the Lenovo Legion Go S is out. I know there's been reviews on it, so go check out that handheld. But to get back really quick before we get out of here, my Steam Deck, Jesus, it was like I had the EMU Deck installed on there, and it was kind of fucking up my boot launch or whatever. So, and it was like stuff I didn't even use, like whatever fucking emulators or what have you. So I uninstalled all that shit. My sudo password did not even work. Jesus, I had it default. Yeah, no, for some reason, like, okay, when you go into the desktop mode and you go to update stuff, right? Whether it's your console or console as in Steam Deck stuff, which is KONSOLE, along with the other Proton stuff and Firefox and whatever fucking browser and shit you had, it would ask me for that sudo password. Okay, just I already had to reset that stuff. And it did not take it. I literally had it set when I reset it maybe a couple months ago. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a pretty basic fucking password. And yeah, like it fucked up. Like it would not take it. So I had to reset that thing again today. So not a big deal, right, with the Steam Deck, because once you reset it, you're just kind of like getting everything back to factory default. You log in with your credentials, boom. Everything's there. You just have to download everything again. Whether it's your whatever games you were playing previously, they're there. You just install them. Boom, boom. So I'm kind of done with like fucking EMU Deck for now. And I think Decky Loader was the other one that I really like, which is for my animation changers. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to download those separately. So I think I'll do Decky Loader separate along with the other one. So kind of see how that goes and see if that helps better, especially with like Steam Deck doing their updates that they do. I don't know, once every 3 weeks, once every 5 weeks. It's not very often that Steam Deck updates with new fucking stable builds or whatever. So yeah. So there's that, because I do not know how to uninstall some of that shit that I actually put on the Steam Deck. So still learning it. Yeah. Anyway, so go find me, guys. I'm over on Steam. I'm playing Assassin's Creed, and what else am I playing? I'm playing that Berserker fucking game over there called The First Berserker. It's a fucking roguelike. I'm loving it so far. Yeah, find me, Gunny Chief, one word. Where do we find you, Jesus?
Find me on everything that's Jesus Walkslot. That's it. Find me.
Find the Mayo as the Mayo 1. The Mayo 1. The Mayo. He's on Steam.
All right, we're out of here. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. This is the next edition. I don't even know what to call it. All right, bye.
Bye, everyone.